Welcome live, everybody, to the Brevard Sports Network, live from Merritt Island High School at the O-Dome tonight. Myself, Jackson ROBB, alongside me is Coach Blue, Coach ROBB QUERRY tonight. Coach, how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I'm really looking forward to this game.
I think this one definitely has potential to be a great game in the county tonight as the Merritt Island Mustangs host the Heritage Panthers. Merritt Island comes in at 2-1, Heritage at 0-4. You know, Heritage having a tough start to the season so far, but this is a game tonight I feel like they can win if they go out here and limit their mistakes, go out and play a good game. For Merritt Island at 2-1, one thing we'll have to see tonight to really determine what they can do is their quarterback situation, as we'll get into that in a minute. First of all, Coach, what do you know? I know you've seen a lot of Heritage this year.
Yeah, they're 0-4, but they've gotten better every week in every phase of the game. They've been close in every game. Their defense has done a great job keeping them in games. And they've picked up some momentum and some chemistry offensively every week. Special teams has gotten better every week. So they're real hungry to get that first win on the board and turn things around here.
Yeah, I think this is a game that is winnable for Heritage. Merritt Island's a good team. The thing I mentioned was their quarterback situation. This season so far, they've rotated through 3 quarterbacks: Dylan Burke, Yassine DeReese, and Forrest Butler. And now you add to the equation Tampa Jesuit transfer quarterback Luke Knight. And we still don't have any confirmation of who's starting tonight for Merritt Island. So when that first drive starts, we will bring that to you. But they have 4 options there, which is interesting because some games they switch, some games they stick with one. Heritage has a kind of similar situation between Joe Tenta and Trey Ulmer. I think we said that Tenta is expected to get the start for Heritage tonight.
Yeah, and then they'll also put Tayshawn Benson back there at quarterback and run a little Wildcat package. So they've got a few different looks.
Again, we are still awaiting the first start for Luke Knight, who transferred to Merritt Island about a week and a half ago from Tampa Jesuit. He was a state champion last season with some incredible numbers. He's just coming over though, so he hasn't had the chance to play yet. It is senior night tonight for Merritt Island. I know they have 2 of their 3 quarterback options are seniors. One is a sophomore, and then coming in, Knight is a junior. Maybe they turn to one of the seniors on senior night. Maybe not. Is it Luke Knight's night? Is it not? So that's the question tonight. Again, we don't have confirmation, so me and you will find out at the same time whenever Merritt Island starts on offense.
Yeah, that's a tricky situation when you have something happen like that. It doesn't happen often. You obviously don't see that in the college or pro game. In the pro game, somebody gets hurt or somebody gets benched and you get a new quarterback. But to have somebody transfer in the middle of the season like that can provide some challenges and tough decisions for the coach.
Yeah, it's determining when he's ready, what's the right time. Well, I mean, tonight we will have to see. Again, coming up tonight on the Brevard Sports Network right here, you're watching the Merritt Island Mustangs and the Heritage Panthers. Oh, we are not plugged in. All that again, I'll just ask you how you're doing and what you expect. Sorry, everybody. We're working through some things right now. I think you can hear us now. And as we're about set for kickoff here from Merritt Island, welcome everybody live to the Brevard Sports Network. I'm Jackson ROBB. Alongside me is Coach Blue, Coach ROBB QUERRY. Coach, how you doing tonight?
Doing great. Glad to be here. Looking forward to this game.
As we get set to kick off, Merritt Island won the toss, deferred to the second half. Or no, they did not. I thought that's what I heard out of the PA booth, but now I'm actually looking out and seeing Heritage is set to kick this one off. Heritage comes into this game at 0-4, searching for win number 1 on the season. Merritt Island comes in at 2-1. Welcome, everyone. We can have some feedback here if we look and sound good so far. I believe we should now, as there's the opening kickoff. And that one will bounce down the sideline and stay in bounds. And that is a live ball, so it'd have to be scooped up there, and he'll be brought down after a short gain there, as now Merritt Island comes out on offense, and we will see who the starting quarterback is for the Mustangs tonight. Thank you for the feedback there, as I think personal error, but I don't think we were plugged up for a solid few minutes, so I'm glad that got that sorted out.
That kickoff right there is perfect.
That
Kick
was.
it to the sideline. It doesn't go out of bounds, and you don't give them a chance to hurt you on the kick return.
So here we go. 1st and 10. Merritt Island, the quarterback is senior Yassine DeReese. DeReese in the gun, 5 wide to start. They bring Donahue in motion. Try and get Heritage on the hard count to start. DeReese at quarterback. As I said, the senior. It's senior night for Merritt Island tonight. And of their 4 quarterback options, they start with DeReese. DeReese on 1st and 10, drops back, stepping up in the pocket, going to try and take off. But there you see it, Heritage defense starting out right with a good play on the defensive line for a big stop there for a short gain.
Hard to tell if that was a straight quarterback draw or not, but when you go empty on the first play like that, chances are pretty good.
Only a gain of 1 there for Merritt Island on 1st down. Now 2nd and 9 for the Mustangs at their own 24-yard line. DeReese split back here. DeReese turns, gives to the back here, and he's stuffed for a loss. They gave it to running back number 23, Elijah Edwards, but the Heritage Panthers defense was there for a big stop. For a big loss of about 4 yards. 3rd and 13 now for Merritt Island at their own 20-yard line. Great start by the Heritage defense with a tackle for loss on 2nd down and a quarterback stop on the run on 1st down for only a gain of 1. 3rd down and 14. DeReese drops, stepping in, blitz coming. DeReese fires over the middle. It is caught for a short gain, not enough to pick up the first, though.
Great tackle there by Devin McDonald, trailing on the crossing route there.
I believe it was Dylan Burke on the reception there, but that's only enough just to get about 5 or 6 yards. 4th down and 8 now for Merritt Island at their own 25. And great job by the Heritage defense here on drive number 1. Going to have to force the punt.
Yeah, that was the check down there by the quarterback. That was his last option, was a late crossing route over the middle. And Devin McDonald doing a great job in coverage, making the tackle right after the catch.
As now Merritt Island will be forced to punt here from their own 25 to end their first drive. Great job by the Heritage defense there. There's the punt. That one doesn't go too well for Merritt Island. Bouncing down, and with the bounce, it's about a 22-yard punt.
Yeah, they got a
17
turf roll
yard
out of
punt.
that, but it came off the side of his foot. That's not what he wanted to do.
Yeah, even with the bounce, it's only about a 17-yard punt. So now Heritage, this is a huge advantage for them as they take over 1st and 10 inside Merritt Island territory at the Merritt Island 42-yard line. So here we go.
Great job by Heritage defense there, setting the tone early, getting good field position.
Joseph Tenta is listed as a starter today. So that's who Heritage goes with. The junior quarterback for the Heritage Panthers. 1st and 10, Heritage at the Merritt Island 43-yard line. Great spot to start their first drive. Tenta with 2 backs. Man in motion. Tenta turns, gives. He keeps it. Joe Tenta keeps it up the middle on the read option there for a short gain. Good job by the Merritt Island defense following the ball there to make the tackle. Actually a solid gain by Tenta, though, about a gain of 4. 2nd and 6 for Heritage at the Merritt Island 39-yard line. Second down and 6 for Heritage now at their own 39-yard line. Sorry, at the Merritt Island 39-yard line. Great starting position for Heritage on their first drive. Tenta in the gun, man in motion again. They give to him this time on the jet sweep to the near side. That's number 11, Trey Ulmer.
And they lost what they got on 1st down.
Tough break there for Heritage. That is a loss of 3 3rd and 9 for Heritage at the Merritt Island 42. And on the jet sweep there is their other quarterback option you may see, Trey Ulmer, the senior. And, you know, if you run a jet sweep like that with a guy who can throw the ball, sometimes you have the option to pass it if things start to get blown up. 3rd and 9 for Heritage at the Merritt Island 42. Tenta in the gun still with 2 backs. 3rd down, Tenta turns, gives up the middle. And that'll be a short gain, not enough for the first there by the back, number 12, Tayshawn Benson.
And this is 4th down, 4 place. This is down here kind of where you're way too far away for a field goal, but Coach Ainsley, I know him pretty well. You cross that 50 and it's less than 5, he's going to go for it on 4th down.
Good call for sure. 4th down coming up now for Heritage, and the scoreboard doesn't seem to be working here at Merritt Island, so I can't give time updates. I will do my best to keep score. Should be able to in my head, but time-wise, I won't know how much time is left in whatever quarter. 4th down coming up now for Heritage. 4th and medium as we have whistles and a timeout before the play. Coach Mark Ainsley wants a timeout here before this big 4th down for Heritage. Timeout comes here early in the first quarter, still 0-0, as now Heritage on their first drive of the game, but it's 4th down coming up. As we like to thank our great sponsors tonight. First, Highland Hub Ag Solutions. Highland Hub is the leading digital platform for fresh food safety and regulatory compliance. Run your business easily and efficiently with the goal of enhancing operations, easing the regulatory burden, and maximizing your finished good returns. For more information, you can call 863-844-4263 or email them at info@highlandag.com or check them out online at www.highlandhasit.com. Cocoa Beach leading Halifax Academy 21-0. Apparently it's being listed as a final score, so I don't know why that would be, but we'll be getting updates on that one. 4th down coming up now for Heritage in Merritt Island territory. Tenta drops, firing it deep, one-on-one. Great throw by Tenta, trying to find Trey Ulmer, but that one, good coverage, forces the incompletion. That'll be a turnover on downs, and Merritt Island picks back up 1st and 10.
That was a very good throw. He dropped it right in there, and it looked like Trey had a chance. Also very good coverage there by Merritt Island.
So now, first 2 drives for either team, no score, still 0-0. Merritt Island first drive ended in a punt. Heritage was a turnover on downs. 1st and 10, Merritt Island now at their own 38-yard line. It is still Yassine DeReese, still the quarterback for Merritt Island. Man in motion here. DeReese drops, steps up. That one looks like a QB draw as DeReese takes it to the near side, fighting ahead for a solid gain there. Yassine DeReese on the carry.
Great job there by the left tackle, sealing the edge and allowing him to get outside off the edge.
The feed shouldn't be freezing up. Our service here is pretty solid, so maybe on your end, but I may be mistaken. So if anyone else is seeing some freezing up, then I would apologize. But I think right now we should be running pretty smoothly here. Here we go on 2nd down. Dallas Donahue with the ball here. Gets a short gain there up near the line to gain. Did he cross the 1st down line to gain? Yes, he does. So a good carry there by number 1, Dallas Donahue, for the Merritt Island 1st down.
Great block there by Dylan Burke on the edge, number 2.
1st and 10, Merritt Island at their own 49. As we have an official timeout here. Again, still in our first quarter. Still 0-0. It'll be 1st and 10, Merritt Island at their own 49 coming up.
Pretty big student section from Merritt Island tonight. And the Heritage Band is rocking loud as they always are.
There's the student section Heritage Band over there. Love to see it. It seems to be some sort of a cowboy or western theme for Merritt Island student section tonight, I would guess. See a lot of cowboy hats.
We're away from Halloween, so they must, like you said, have some kind of theme going on tonight.
Well, I see cowboy hats, and I see a sombrero, so.
And a bunch of horse on a stick, horse and sticks. What do they call those? I never had one of those. You know what those are called?
I know what you're talking about. Definitely lapsing my mind. O'Galley leads Harmony 7-0. That's a big game to watch tonight. Unfortunately, not broadcasted here on the Brevard Sports Network. Man in motion here. DeReese, hard count, movement up front. That'll be a false start on Merritt Island, so that'll back them up on first down. Make it a 1st and 15 back at their own 44. Tough one there on the hard count as Merritt Island's the one that jumps. Again, thanks everyone for tuning in live to the Brevard Sports Network here, live from the O-Dome at Merritt Island High School. 1st and 15 for Merritt Island. DeReese turns, gives here. The give is to the back here for a short gain. Number 23, again, is Elijah Edwards.
Great tackle there by number 2, Joaquin Joseph.
Second down and 13 still for Merritt Island at their own 46-yard line. Got to make it to the Heritage 41 here. Still second down. DeReese in the backfield at quarterback. DeReese, quick snap, throws in the near side. Caught his man on the curl route. Number 4, Brooks Moss.
Great coverage there by number 3, Brian Osterley. Closed on that fast. Got a hand in there, knocked it away.
So it wasn't completed there. Great coverage by Heritage, knocking that one out. 3rd down and 13 for Merritt Island. This will be a big 3rd down on both sides here, as it is a 3rd and long. 3rd down and 14. Edwards in motion. DeReese drops, turns, the wheel route. Elijah Edwards catches it out in front.
Devin McDonald.
Solid.
Out in the perimeter, out in the open space. Devin McDonald making a great tackle there.
Solid game, but definitely not enough for Merritt Island first down. They get up to the Heritage 48 now, though. So I would say definitely consider going for it here, and they will. 4th down and 7 for Merritt Island at the Heritage 48. First time they've crossed midfield tonight.
Well, you know they're going to hard count because that's part of their offense.
Man
to get
in motion.
5 yards back, make it 4th and shorter.
Trying to get their players on the right spot here before the play. Got to run it here. 4th down and 7 for Merritt Island. Yassine DeReese, the quarterback. Man in motion again. And there's the whistles, the flag. I was expecting the delay of game coming soon. There's the delay of game on Merritt Island. And that'll back them up 4th and 12. And now they'll bring on the punt team. So a tough penalty for Merritt Island. Now going to push them back 4th and 12. And the punt team will come on. Back.
Yeah, I think that was intentional. I think they were just trying to draw them off and then punt it. Give punter a little bit more room.
Definitely a solid point to make there. Gunnar Trout is the punter for Merritt Island. Space Coast leads Tohope Kaliga 7-0. That'd be a big win if Space Coast could knock off the undefeated Tigers. Here's the punt by Trout. That one goes a lot better than the first one. And that one's going to bounce down inside the 20, inside the 10. Still bouncing down inside the 5. What a punt by Gunnar Trout.
A lot better than the last one, that's for sure.
Much better than the last punt. That's a 50-plus yard punt inside the 5.
That's that turf roll. He got it to come down point first.
Here you have 1st down and 10 for Heritage down at their own 3-yard line following the punt by Trout.
So Merritt Island winning the battle of field position to this point.
1st down and 10, Heritage at their own 3. Got to be careful down here. Got the risk of the safety. Turn, give here on 1st down. Good job by the back there to get a solid gain. Get him out of the danger zone.
It's a good, hard, tough run there by Joe Tenta to get out of the shadow of the end zone. It's especially hard when you're pinned down there because everybody knows you're running the ball.
So here we have second down and 4 for Heritage at their own 9-yard line. Tenta pulls the man out of the backfield. Tenta's going to keep it again up the middle. Joe Tenta, he'll just get forced out at the line of scrimmage.
They send that back out there in motion like that to try to pull a guy out of the box and open up that alley there for Tenta, but defense did a good job of not overcommitting to the motion, and they had a guy right there in the alley.
3rd and 4 for Heritage at their own, or 3rd and 3 for Heritage at their own 10-yard line. Third down and 3 coming up for Heritage, backed up at their own 10. Baker County leads Vieira now 7-0. Coach May's return game to Vieira High School. Alan Zlarzinski's on the call for that one live on the Brevard Sports Network. 3rd and 3, movement up front, no flags. And they're going to run it up the middle here for a solid gain. As the handoff there to didn't see the number of the back there, but a short gain there. A good enough gain there. I knew it got close to the line to gain, and great job by Heritage picking it up. There's where you see it. It's a game of inches sometimes, and that one on the carry. 1st and 10, Heritage at their own 13-yard line. We're seeing some feedback, some freezing, some people with no freezing. I'm guessing if it's freezing, it may be on the viewer side, because I'm pretty sure our service here is pretty strong. Turn, give Tenta up the middle there, breaking tackles. I mean, we have flags down, though, as that might be a hold to bring this one back, but we'll have to see there. The carry by number 12, Tayshawn Benson, a solid one up near the first down line to gain once again. So we'll see the call on the field. That'll be a personal foul, tripping on Merritt Island. Not a hold. That is a tripping call on Merritt Island. Not a call you'll commonly see, but that's a costly one. And that'll be 15 yards for Heritage, and that'll be 1st down and 10 for the Heritage Panthers. Cocoa leads Melbourne early, 3-0. That's the game of the week this week on Brevard Sports Network.
I think that one's going to be a lot closer than people think.
Yeah, I mean, that one's going to be one to watch for sure. I mean, you have 2 gunslingers back there. Blake Boda and Hunter Turner are both ones that can stretch the field with their passes.
And Melbourne does a great job in their secondary of stopping the pass. It's very hard to throw the ball against Melbourne's secondary. It always has been.
With all the penalty yards accounted for, 1st and 10, Heritage at their own 39. First down and 10 now for Heritage. Tenta still with the split backs as he's had so far. The turn, the give to a new back on the carry there. Number 10, Tajay Douglas for a short gain there, or no gain. Actually, as the Merritt Island front picks up the stop. It'll be 2nd and 10 now for Heritage, still at their own 39. Merritt Island crowd showing out tonight. They had the senior night ceremony before tonight's game. Quarterback warming up on the sideline is number 16 is listed. That's a wide receiver, Toby Semper. He may just be passing with somebody. Quarterback rolls right. Joe Tenta rolling right. Blitz coming. Throws the dump off route underneath for a short gain to number 2, Joaquin Joseph, for a solid gain. That'll make it 3rd down and 5 for Heritage at their own 44.
That's definitely their favorite pass play, is sprint out with a flood pattern. It's a real simple read for the quarterback. Deep, middle, short.
So here we have 3rd down and 5 for Heritage at their own 44. Setting up a solid drive here, their second drive of the game, and this one moving a lot better than their first drive. 3rd down and 5 for Heritage. Split back set, turn give to the up man, and great job by the Merritt Island front. Number 24 on the carry was Daniel Qualley.
Some great push there by the Merritt Island defensive line right off the snap. Drove one of the Heritage linemen into the backfield. The running back got the handoff and ran right in the back of one of his own linemen. So that's a good physical play up front by the Merritt Island defensive line.
A gain of 2. 4th down and 3 for Heritage at their own 46. They will be back to punt here as Merritt Island looks to take back over on offense here for their 3rd drive of the game. Been a battle of defenses so far, that's for sure. Good snap. The punt is a booming punt now for Heritage. It'll be scooped up and returned down the sideline by number 3. Byron Johnson returning there for Merritt Island.
And that's what you have to do on the turf. You have to catch that punt in the air. You cannot let that ball hit the ground and roll 20, 30 yards. So great job fielding the ball there by Merritt Island. Sets them up with decent field position.
Titusville leads MCC 7-0. Titusville's the team that is tied with Merritt Island in our Super 7 rankings at 7th place. Still 0-0 here for Merritt Island High School. Midway or late through the first quarter. The scoreboard is not working here at Merritt Island tonight, so I don't have an official time. That'll be kept on the field. I do know the score is 0-0, and I do know we're in the first quarter. New quarterback in the game. He was warming up in the sideline. Number 16, they'll run it up the middle for no gain or a loss there by number 23, Elijah Edwards. Now the interesting thing, and this is just speculation, but number 16 on my roster is Tobias Semper, a sophomore wide receiver. We don't have the official number for Luke Knight, but could this be Luke Knight's coming into the game for Merritt Island?
It's hard to tell.
Again, for the people who don't know, we have timeout on the field here. Late, I believe late in the first quarter, still 0-0 here. But as I was saying, for people that don't know, in the last week and a half, Merritt Island brought in a transfer quarterback from Tampa Jesuit. Actually, as we switch sides here, that might be the end of the first quarter. But again, they bring in Luke Knight from Tampa Jesuit, and he has not seen any playing time yet as he is very new to the program. We don't have a number on our roster for him. Max Prep says number 6, but again, we don't know what number he is, so it's mere speculation at this point when we see Luke Knight.
Well, if we're not sure who he is, if he gets in the game and throws the ball a couple times, it'll be very apparent to who he is, because if he's as good as everybody says he is, when you see a D1 type college football player on the field, you know it right away.
Holy Trinity leads Faith Christian 3-0. First or 2nd and 10 coming up for Merritt Island at their own 35 at the start of the second quarter. 0-0 here for Merritt Island High School between Merritt Island and Heritage. New quarterback in the gun for 2nd down. We'll see his first attempt here, throwing the far side. Bobbled and hauled in by number 4, Brooks Moss, for a short gain, about a gain of 5. We have flags down on the play on the near side. And that'll be, I believe, an ineligible man downfield for Merritt Island, so that play will come back on the penalty.
That's the RPO problem. You have aggressive linemen who move downfield too quick. That ball doesn't come out right away, and they get past 3 yards. The officials are, a lot of times you see guys at 5 yards, and the officials don't throw the flag, so it's kind of a gray area, RPO, lineman downfield.
So that'll set them up for 2nd and 15 now, back at their own 30 following the penalty. 2nd down, Merritt Island. Split backs here with the quarterback. Play fake here, stepping up in the pocket, taking off here for no gain. Great job by the Heritage defense chasing down the quarterback. Again, number 16 for Merritt Island is in at quarterback. Name on our roster would be Toby Semper, but I know that he does not have any playing time at quarterback, I don't believe, this year. So, again, possibly Luke Knight, but not sure yet. With that, it is 3rd down and 14 for Merritt Island at their own 31-yard line. Baker County leads Vieira 14-0. Quarterback in the gun here for 3rd down. Dropping back, stepping up in the pocket, blitz coming, and there's the sack by Heritage.
Connor Robinson.
Big sack there on 3rd down and long. We'll make it 4th and even longer, and we'll most definitely set up a Merritt Island punt here. So once again, the defense holding up, and there we have confirmation. That was Luke Knight coming in for the first time for Merritt Island at quarterback. Had 1 completion and got sacked the other time.
Great coverage downfield by Heritage secondary. Great pursuit by the D-line up front. Great stand for Heritage right there in that possession.
Back to punt, Gunnar Trout once again. He had a great punt last time. We'll see this one not travel as far there. And, oh, that backspin is not what you want to see if you're Merritt Island.
Goodness gracious. That's the coach in me. It drives me nuts when guys, what are you doing? Just get away. Now, there's an example of the turf working against you.
We saw that in a JV game last night. I was at Rockledge and O'Galley. That actually bit, I believe it was Rockledge, as they had a punt bounce off a receiver's leg.
Yeah, that's why you get away from it.
So now as Heritage trots out once again, both these teams still tied up 0-0. Titusville leads MCC now 7-3.
Heritage again starting off with great field position in Merritt Island side of the field.
Yes, they are. Tenta takes it to the right side here, and they'll be spun down after a short gain there. Joe Tenta running the ball a little bit tonight to start.
Great rally there by Merritt Island defense. It looked like Tenta had some time to make something happen, but they pursued that really well and closed on the ball.
And as you said, Heritage with great field position. 2nd down and 8 at the Merritt Island 35. This is the 2nd time tonight they've started in the Mustang territory.
Sometimes you go trips just to get guys out of the box and you have no intention of throwing the ball. You're just trying to pull one more linebacker out of the box.
There you see it again, trips left side for Heritage. 2nd down and 8 for the Panthers at the Merritt Island 35. Turn, give here, up the middle, ball is out, and Merritt Island, it's still out. I believe Merritt Island looks to have it, and they do. The Merritt Island Mustangs with the fumble recovery. Number 17, Jace Jordan, scoops up the fumble there on the run by, I believe, Tayshawn Benson possibly on the carry, or it was Daniel Kowali. Either way, the ball comes out. Merritt Island recovers, and we have our first turnover of the night.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a little sudden change here where they go deep right away.
Score update. Osceola leads Rockledge 7-0. That's my game of the week in the county, although it's not broadcasted on BSN tonight. We'll be following that one as it comes. 1st and 10. Merritt Island at their own 28. Luke Knight in the gun. Knight drops. Rolls right side. Knight throws on the run. Great throw there. Finding number 5 for a solid gain up near the line to gain. Number 5, Jordan Woods.
Looks like it'll be a 1st down.
There you have it. 1st down pass is another 1st down for Merritt Island.
Like you said, he was on the move there and threw a strike. That's a real good throw.
1st down and 10. Merritt Island at their own 38-yard line. Knight drops. Blitz coming. Rolling left blitz. Chasing him out. Flushing up. Knight heaves one down the sideline. Incomplete. Possibly intended to be a throwaway. Possibly could have been hauled in there, but.
Yeah, Knight's getting pressured. Heritage doing a great job, their D-line on their pass rush.
Heads up play there by Knight, though. He had guys closing in on either side. As he's getting sacked, heaves one, and not a bad throwaway. Sometimes you'll see a heave, desperation, land in the middle of the field. Made sure to get that one out to the sideline. 2nd down and 10.
That's an experienced quarterback that throws it away uncatchable when you know there's nothing there.
Knight turns, gives. Elijah Edwards takes it up the middle for a solid gain. For a gain of about 7. 3rd and 3 now for Merritt Island at their own 45.
Nice counter action there by Merritt Island in the backfield.
The people who don't know about Luke Knight, transfer quarterback from Tampa Jesuit, 2,500 yards last year, 30 touchdowns in a state championship. Comes over to Merritt Island. Turn, give here. Elijah Edwards pushing forward, trying to get that second effort across.
He's going to have it.
And that's going to be a close one. And they're going to call it fourth. They call it a 4th and 1.
Moved back about a half yard from his original spot.
I wonder if they stopped his forward progression before that second effort. 4th down and 1 now for Merritt Island at their own 47. Big 4th down here. Man in motion. Trying to get him on the hard count. Let's see if they run a play here. We'll definitely go for it on 4th and 1. I'd assume. Luke Knight in the gun. 4th and 1. Knight takes it on the QB. QB keeper diving for the first, and he'll get there. Luke Knight on the keeper for a Merritt Island first down. A gain of about 2 there. Good play by Knight, finding the gap, diving forward for the first.
That's a big call there in midfield. You're on your own side of the field.
Gain of 2 on the 4th down keeper. First down, Merritt Island at their own 49. 2 back still with Knight. Turn, miscommunication there, scooped up on the ground. Elijah Edwards, and they're going to whistle that one down.
Yeah, his knee touched the ground as he picked the ball up.
So that one, maybe a miscommunication there between quarterback and running back, as I believe it looked like possibly trying to pull that one out there. Ball fell down, scooped up by Elijah Edwards, but with that, it's a loss of 5. 2nd and 15 for Merritt Island at their own 44. O'Galley leads Harmony 7-6. That's going to be a good one to watch. Also, 2nd down and 15, Merritt Island at their own 44. Knight still on the gun, man in motion, Dallas Donahue. Knight drops, throws the bubble screen there. Woods trying to cut it upfield. Jordan Woods with a solid gain there up past the original line of scrimmage on about a gain of 6.
Good rally and pursuit there by the Heritage defense.
3rd down coming up, 3rd and 9 for Merritt Island at the stripe of the 50-yard line. Coco leads Melbourne now 10-0. The one key I said for Melbourne on the show last night, don't let Coco get ahead, because that's where they'll lose the game if they let Coco establish a lead. It's 3rd and 9, Merritt Island at the 50. As they switch up the offense here, 5 wide, trips left side, empty set for Knight. 3rd and 9. Knight drops, blitz coming heavily. Knight steps up, fires over the middle. On the slant, bobbling, incomplete.
A little shallow cross package there. You got a 10-yard dig by the tight end, and you got a 2-yard drag underneath. Good coverage there by Heritage, getting a hand in there to break that pass up.
Was looking for Dylan Burke there on the slant. He wanted a flag there at the end of that one, didn't get one. 4th and 9 now. Merritt Island has to punt again now from the 50-yard line.
Burke's run that route a couple times tonight. He's just not getting the separation to give the quarterback a chance to put the ball in.
Trout back to punt here, stepping up, booting that one. That's a very good punt. Traveling. Got to get down there. And did he keep it in? Wow. What a coverage by Merritt Island.
Heritage has to catch that punt. That's the 2nd time tonight that they've let that punt hit the ground and it's rolled against them. They have got to catch that in the air.
Now that's going to be 1st and 10, Heritage at their own 1. I like the heads-up play. I wish I would have got that number. Instead of chasing it and trying to grab it, he smacks it out of bounds on a punt. That's legal, going out of bounds, and it puts him down at the 1.
When the punter has time to get it off and he doesn't have anybody in his face, he can boom it. But on the ones where he gets a little bit of pressure, those are the ones that he shanked.
We got a timeout on the field here in the 2nd quarter. Still 0-0 between Heritage, Merritt Island, as it's been a defensive shootout so far. 1 turnover, 1 fumble by Heritage loss. Besides that, a lot of punts, a few turnover on downs. A close one defensively so far.
Yeah, Heritage, they've moved the ball a little bit, but obviously the turnover hurts them. They've started on Merritt Island side of the field twice, had great field position, came out from the 1 on the possession before that, got all the way out to midfield. But, you know, the same thing with Heritage. This will be the 4th game that I've done them, is they move the ball in between the 20s and then they struggle once they get in the other team's field, especially when they get down in the red zone. So they've got to find a way to get through that and overcome that.
So here we go, 1st and 10, Heritage at their own 1. Holy Trinity leads Faith Christian 10-0. Love to see Hurley Brown and company win that game tonight. This is going to be a tough one for Heritage at their own 1 yard line. Got to get it out of that danger zone and not let Merritt Island get on the board on a safety. They were trapped at their own 2, though, before 2 or 3 yard line. I believe the 3 yard line last time.
It's hard on the defense when the defense makes a good stand and then the special teams punt return pins the offense down on the 1. That makes it hard on the defense.
Well, you say it, special teams is a big facet of this game. An overlooked one. Tenta turns, gives up the middle. He's got space. Tayshawn Benson breaking tackles. Benson with a gap. Tayshawn Benson into space for a big gain, and that's one way you get out of your own territory, by getting a 30-plus yard run by Tayshawn Benson.
Yeah, he's got the feet and the speed to do that on any given play. All he needs is one little crease, and he's gone.
Broke multiple tackles en route there. Now up to their own 41, a 40-yard rush by Tayshawn Benson. I don't know if he was the one that fumbled on the last drive. One of their running backs fumble away their last drive, and they start on the ground at their own 1 and get a gain of 40 by Tayshawn Benson. First and 10 Heritage at their own 41. They're starting the drive, moving the ball again. Great to see, but now we got to see, can they finish this drive off? First and 10. Split backs with Tenta. First and 10, man in motion. Snap, turn, give. Up the middle there again. Breaking tackles. And that's the back, number 4, Tayshawn Townsend. For a solid gain there. Getting them to make it a second and manageable here. A 2nd and 3 now for Heritage at their own 48. And this is about where some of these longer drives start to stall out for them. So we'll see how they handle it. 2nd and 3. Heritage setting up at their own 48-yard line. Great start to this drive on the ground specifically. 2nd down and 3. Only one back there with Tenta. Tenta turns, gives to Tayshawn Benson. Benson exploding up the middle of the field. Tayshawn Benson breaking tackles down inside the 10. No flags. Now inside the 5-yard line, Tayshawn Benson.
That's actually number 24, Daniel Quayle.
Daniel Quayle actually the back there on a huge gain for Heritage. Now they've had 3 backs bust big runs on this drive, as now Merritt Island will take a timeout here ahead of a Heritage 1st and goal.
Yeah, Heritage moving the ball, doing what they do, busting off big runs inside. Offensive line doing a good job up front. Joe Tenta doing a great job reading. Whatever defensive player he's tagged to read on those plays, he's doing a great job. Now they've just got to punch one in the end zone.
46-yard run there by Daniel Quayle. They've had 3, a run of 40 by Benson, a solid run of 7 by Townsend, and then again a 46 by Quayle. Breaking tackles, he exploded up the middle. Took that one big. Coming out of the timeout, it'll be 1st down and goal, Heritage at their own, or at the Merritt Island 6.
That's the first time, this is the 4th game I've seen Heritage. I think that's the first time I've seen Daniel Quayle run the ball, but he sure showed like he knew what he was doing on Friday night right there.
It's interesting because he wasn't listed as a starter. They had 2 starters listed. Number 4, Tayshawn Townsend, and number 12, Tayshawn Benson. Quayle seems to be getting some carries there.
Yeah, and Tajay Douglas is a wing, fullback, dive back. He gets a lot of carries also, but that was a great run.
1st down and goal, Heritage at the Merritt Island 6. Farthest either of these teams have made it tonight. 1st and goal, the run up the middle. And that'll get them close to the end zone there on the carry by number 12. That is Tayshawn Benson. Benson gets him right up towards the goal line there, a little bit closer. About a gain of 3. 2nd and goal, Heritage at the Merritt Island 3-yard line. 2nd and goal for Heritage. Split backs with Tenta. Tenta turns, gives again. Breaking tackles, cutting it up. Diving for the goal line, and he's in. Touchdown Heritage.
Great drive there by Heritage, 99 yards.
I forgot, this drive they did start at their own 1-yard line, and Tayshawn Benson started with a 40-yard run and punctuates it with a 1-yard or 3-yard touchdown run for the Heritage Panthers. Touchdown Heritage. 99-yard touchdown drive capped off by Tayshawn Benson. 3-yard touchdown run. Back to kick the extra point, number 29, Damian Mims. Mims kick up and good. And just like that, here in the second quarter, 7-0 Heritage leads Merritt Island.
Huge drive with 2 explosive plays.
Didn't go to the pass one time. They didn't need it as the run game runs a 40 yards, 7 yards, 46 yards, 3 yards, and 3 more yards. So that's 5 plays, 99 yards all on the ground. Tayshawn Benson started off with a 40-yard carry, caps it off with a 3-yard touchdown run. I'd like to thank our other sponsor tonight, Millennium Accounting Services. Headquartered in Miami, Millennium Accounting serves accounting and tax clients across the country and in Latin America. Millennium Accounting specializes in small business accounting, from managing books and cash flow to tax preparation and mitigation. Whether you're a one-man operation or have a staff who depends on you, our firm brings extensive experience and professionalism to every case. Let Millennium manage your business so you can focus on running your business. Online at www.millenniummiami.com or call them at 305-812-5868.
The percentages of wherever you start your drive, there's a percentage on every yard line of your odds to score, and the odds of scoring from the 1-yard line are slim to none. So that was a huge drive there by Heritage offense. And nobody's more happy than their defense right now.
Good squib kick here. Gets that turf bounce. Got to be fielded here by Merritt Island. They will scoop it up. Running to the near side. Cutting it up the sideline. And he'll be pushed out of bounds on the return. Byron Johnson for a solid return. Turf bounce could have been bad there, but he scoops it up, gets a solid return.
Heritage almost got in trouble there. They gave up outside contain.
First down and 10. Heritage Merritt Island at their own 24-yard line following the Heritage Panthers' 99-yard touchdown drive. Heritage now leads 7-0 here in quarter number 2. Don't have the exact time left, but know it's the second quarter, that's for sure. Luke Knight trots back out for Merritt Island. First down and 10, Knight. First and 10, the drop. Knight has time, rolling right side, taking it up down the sideline there, and he'll be pushed out after a short gain as the 10 obstructed the view of that one. O'Galley leads Harmony 14-6. As the run by Knight is a loss here, a loss of about 3 yards. Second and 13 for Merritt Island at their own 21-yard line. In the gun here is Knight, single back, second down and 13. Play fake, Knight stepping up, rolling right, and he's going to be thrown down for a big sack by Heritage. Number 50,
56, Connor Robinson.
Big sack there by Robinson.
The Merritt Island receivers are not getting any separation. There's great coverage downfield by Heritage secondary, Heritage linebackers. There's just nobody to throw to right now.
Third down and long for Merritt Island. Third and 18 for Merritt Island at their own 16-yard line. Great Heritage defense so far tonight. Third and long for Merritt Island.
Typically screen, territory screen draw.
Titusville leading MCC 14-3. You see those two teams tied for 7th in our rankings. Merritt Island here trailing Heritage 7-0. Titusville
running
leading
out
MCC
of time.
14-3. Got to snap this one, and we got a timeout here.
Yeah, they were about to get a delay game. That was a good timeout.
Good timeout by Coach Tyler Murray here. I believe late in quarter number 2. Merritt Island leading Heritage Heritage, vice versa. Heritage leads Merritt Island 7-0. Merritt Island the one that takes the timeout.
Yeah, you can see some chemistry. You know, you put a new quarterback in there with a brand new team. You got some chemistry. Usually the quarterback and receivers, they throw to each other all summer, all spring, and then they've got chemistry coming out in the fall. But you throw a new quarterback in there, and it's take time to develop the chemistry with your receivers. But again, the Heritage defense and secondary is doing a phenomenal job covering downfield, and the Heritage defensive line gets pressure, and they've had a couple sacks, a couple tackles for loss. Heritage defense doing a great job tonight.
Trotting back out here, 3rd and 18 for Merritt Island, back at their own 16-yard line. Got a long way to go. Wish I could know how much time is left in the first half, I would assume.
We just got where there's 2:37 left in the half.
2:37 to go in half number 1. 7-0 Heritage leads. But it's 3rd and 18 for Merritt Island. Man in motion. Quick drop rolling left side. Looking around, has time. Here comes the blitz. Great rollback by Knight. Knight got to find somebody. Fires over the middle. Hauled in for a solid gain there by number 4, Brooks Moss, but not enough for the first and not close enough to go for it.
Heritage recognized that. That's a sprint out flood. Deep middle short, 10-yard out, 2-yard flat route with a vertical on the outside. Heritage covered it well. Quarterback looked to go backside post on that. You usually always have that backside on that sprint out, but everything was covered. Again, great coverage downfield by Heritage secondary.
4th down and 10 for Merritt Island at their own 24-yard line.
I anticipate that they either go hard count to try to get in the jump or they use another timeout here.
I know we're around 2 minutes to go in the first half, so Heritage won't have much time to operate once they get the ball back.
Yeah, they're going to burn a timeout here and get their punt team on the field.
Yeah, they're going to have to. Timeout Merritt Island here late in half number 1, quarter number 2. Heritage leads Merritt Island 7-0. O'Galley ahead of Harmony 14-13. A close one over there down on Commodore Boulevard.
You're seeing a hungry Heritage team that's 0 for 4. They were in every game that they played this year. And, you see a team that's determined to get a win on the board here tonight. Playing better than they've played all year to this point. But, again, last week they were up 14-12. They were up 2 points going into the half. And they couldn't hold it in the second half, keep that chemistry going. So it'll be interesting to see what happens the rest of this game.
Yeah, and I said that in the pregame. I think this is a game Heritage can win. Merritt Island's a good team, don't get me wrong. They're in our Super 7. But I think they're a team that Heritage can go out and play a game like this defensively, and I think they can win this game.
Merritt Island's got to find an answer in the pass game to try to get those receivers some separation.
4th and 10 coming up for Merritt Island at their own 24. Back to punt is Luke Knight, it looks like. They try out a new punter. Now, last time they pinned him at the 1, so this will be interesting. Luke Knight back to punt for Merritt Island. Man in motion. Still trying the hard count here. Heritage isn't going to jump on him. High snap, Knight going to boot this one. Nice boot by the quarterback. That'll be received by Tayshawn Benson, and he'll be swallowed up immediately. Great kick coverage by Merritt Island. But now, late in the first half, it'll be 1st and 10. Heritage at their own 48.
So you see the adjustment there. They put Tayshawn Benson back there to return the punt because coach knows he's going to catch that ball in the air.
So it turns out we were duped in a way. That Knight was coming here as a transfer punter, apparently. Didn't see that he'd be doing any punting duties, but there you saw it. Transfer quarterback Luke Knight comes in. Nails a nice punt for Merritt Island. 1st and 10, Heritage at their own 47-yard line.
32 seconds left in the half.
Wow. 32 seconds to go in the second quarter. Joe Tenton, company for Heritage. Trips right side. 1st and 10 at their own 47. Heritage leads at 7-0. Tenta drops. Looking right side. Blitz coming. Throws. He'll throw that one away. Incomplete.
That's a smart play, actually, there by Tenta to just throw it away incomplete. Didn't like what he saw downfield. Wasn't able to scramble.
Yeah, it stops that clock, too. 2nd and 10 for Heritage of their own 47. Got to be under 30 seconds to go in in the first half. Heritage leads Merritt Island 7-0. Here very late in the first half. Trips again to the right side. Second down and 10 for Heritage. Tenta keeps it to the right side. Joe Tenta with space. Tenta turning upfield. He'll pick up the first down.
Stops the clock. As soon as that box is set, referee will start it back up.
Great run there by Joe Tenta. First down and 10. Heritage at the Merritt Island 39. A gain of 13 there on the carry. Tenta drops, turns on the screen. Tayshawn Benson. Benson turning it upfield for a short gain. A gain of 4 there.
A lot of time.
Yeah, used a lot of time here. Gain of 5, 2nd and 5. Heritage of the Merritt Island 34. Time got to be ticking very low here. Tenta, second down. Tenta rolls to the left side. Tenta on the keeper, pushing forward inside the 30. There's the timeout by Heritage. Or no, that'll be a first down. First down and 10. Heritage at the Merritt Island 29-yard line.
Clock starts. As soon as that box is set, that yard marker set, the white hat starts the clock.
Tenta drops. First down. Rolling right side. Joe Tenta firing down the sideline. It is caught down at the 1. What a throw by Joe Tenta. Down to the 1-yard line. Man, what a throw by Tenta. Did you see who that receiver was? I didn't see the number.
I want to say it was Tayshawn Benson.
If it was, Tayshawn Benson, big reception. There was a penalty on Merritt Island. Declined. First and goal now for Heritage at the Merritt Island 1-yard line.
I think Merritt Island had a guy running off the field, and they got him for 12 men on the field.
This is going to be big because I don't think there's much time left, and considering I guess there's a timeout on the field here, most likely by Heritage. First and goal, Heritage the 1. Not a lot of time left here in the first half. 52 seconds left. Time before was off by a minute, so now we're down. So now Heritage has more time than I thought. 52 seconds to go. First and goal at the 1. Yeah, it was like tempo is a little slow here. O'Galley leads Harmony 21-13. 52 seconds to go in the first half. First and goal. Heritage at the 1. I got to say, what a throw by Joe Tenta. Rolling right, throwing. He threw over some coverage, dropped that one in nicely, just short of the end zone. Now first and goal at the 1. This is a chance for Heritage to go up by 2 possessions at halftime. Big opportunity that would be. First and goal, Heritage at the 1.
And they've got enough time to run the ball, which is their bread and butter.
Definitely, that's what we've seen tonight. Great running by Benson, but there you saw Tenta showing off his arm there on that throw. First down and goal, Heritage at the 1-yard line. Split backs with Tenta. Man in motion, Tenta turns, gives, up the middle, and the Merritt Island defense is going to push back. He's not in there, I don't believe.
I'm surprised by the backs. They're Joaquin Joseph and Tayshawn Townsend are the backs. Those are not, you have Tajay Douglas, who's a big bruiser in there. Those guys are not real thick.
Second down and goal for Heritage. Turn, give, up the middle. Pushing for the end zone. Need the second effort. They can't get it. And the Merritt Island defense looking for a huge goal line stand. And we got timeouts on the field. Man, third down and goal now for Heritage. As the Merritt Island defense looking for a huge goal line stop.
Yeah, I thought we'd see Tajay Douglas there in the backfield. He's a big guy. Usually they're short yardage guy.
Third and goal, Heritage still at the Merritt Island 1-yard line. Timeout, Heritage. Under a minute to go in the first half. They'll have third and goal coming up. Heritage leads Merritt Island 7-0.
Merritt Island not making it easy, making Heritage earn every inch down there.
And that's where it's got to, O-line's got to clear whatever hole Just got to be a hole big enough for that ball, really, to get through. I mean, they're at the one. All you got to do is reach that ball over, pick up the touchdown. But if Merritt Island closes every gap, it's not going to be easy. It's Merritt Island's a defense that is normally one that is feared across the county, no matter who's on the defense or who's coaching it.
Yeah, this is all about leverage, and the squats you do in the offseason all pays off right here.
3rd down and goal. Heritage still at the Merritt Island 1 yard line late in the first half. 7-0 Heritage currently leads. And they're looking to make it 14-0 possibly. Tohope Kaliga leads Space Coast now 13-7. 3rd and goal coming up. Tenta in the gun for Heritage. His back is Jaking Joseph. Tenta steps back, rolling right. Blitz coming, fires to the corner, has a man open. Fantastic coverage there. Forcing the incompletion was number 11, Yassine DeReese. Forcing the incompletion, looking for Benson.
Looks like they're going to kick a field goal.
Smart here. I mean, it's definitely unfortunate you don't get the touchdown. Field goal still puts you up by 2 possessions, though, going into half. Back to kick will be number 29, Damian Mims. With the basically a 18-yard field goal is the official ruling. Here we go. 4th down and goal. Field goal coming on here by Mims. Good snap, hold, kick is up and drilled right down the middle by Damian Mims. And just like that, the Heritage Panthers lead the Merritt Island Mustangs 10-0 right before halftime here.
They're happy to get points there and be up 2 scores, but they would have much rather liked to punch that ball in from the 1 with 3 chances.
Definitely there. Great coverage there by Yassine DeReese there on the 3rd and goal pass. He had a man open.
That was a great stand there by Merritt Island. You know, that's a 4-point difference, them holding them out of the end zone like that.
And that'll be the end of our first half here for Merritt Island on the last play of the half. Heritage kicks the field goal. And the Heritage Panthers lead the Merritt Island Mustangs 10-0 going into halftime. We'll be back after half with the start of quarter number 3. Again, Heritage leads Merritt Island 10-0.
have got in mop-up time at the end, but it's the first time he's touched the ball in the first half.
Allen sent us the starters. He wasn't one of them.
And then Douglas, I haven't seen Tajay Douglas carry the ball. Did he carry it once? Yeah. I'm surprised he wasn't in down there on the goal line. That's who they like to pound it with. Joseph is a DB. I'm surprised he was in the backfield. They used him at receiver earlier, though he had a catch over here earlier. But yeah, Merritt Allen, they're not getting any separation. The receivers are all covered, even when they throw those late crossing routes.
Man, they got guys like Donahue, they got some good receivers.
They're just not, I guess they're not as fast as the Heritage DBs. Sometimes it all comes down to speed. They're getting great pressure on the quarterback.
basic. Yeah. Thank you. So it wasn't the guy that's doing the call. I mean, he plays it. It's just like, they put him in the quarterback and he's kind of consistent. Because he's like a good size. No, but he also, and I don't know why, maybe it's because he's lower, but he's focusing everything on the right side of the field. He doesn't look left. Like, he's had guys open up. Maybe it's just because he's key. No, but it could be just new and keying on something. Well, the other thing is they don't have the time.
Good pressure.
Tyler likes winning.
That's what I want to do. That's what we just did.
I'll tell you what, it's going to take me a year, but it still looks like Indiana. It's going to take me years. You need to report that Rock would get crazy.
Did they win last week?
They have bye week, but
So yeah, 3-game winning streak. Rockledge is going to be a hell of a game again. Osceola's pretty good year after year. Like, year after year for like 30 years. Yeah, I just thought that the only reason why I put him on was because I thought that this kid was going to come in and be unbelievable.
I said after this week. If he did.
Yeah.
That was my.
Well, that was the smart move. As long as they don't get, some crazy injuries or
I'm gonna try to keep track of this thing if I can. I feel like I took the rest of
yeah, they will. Yeah. Well, Big Leotti's young. One big thing with him is when he's reading the pass, he turns his shoulders and stares down. On the side he's reading, and then when he goes to throw, he drops all the way down like this and winds up, like Tim Tebow used to do. And when you break your front hand from the ball, that's when the DBs stick their foot in the ground and jump the route. So that's a huge tell for the defense when you drop all the way down. So I guarantee you that those coaches see that on film and they're working with them to try to separate up here instead of dropping it like that. Because at varsity level, you can't give those DBs that much time and that much of a tell when they're about to throw the ball. Oh yeah, even in the number game, he probably had close to 100 yards rushing.
But they still split it with passing.
Right.
That's the only reason technically I guess
Yeah. And another huge thing in that satellite game, and I don't like to call that out. I don't like to be negative about the players in the game, but that kid that had that corner turn, he's a really good receiver, number 11. But he let like 4 punts land in front of him to just go up and get him. And that pinned him 20, at least like 20-yard average. Every possession he started back because he wasn't catching his punts.
Welcome everybody back live to the Brevard Sports Network. I hope everyone enjoyed the halftime presentations by both teams' bands. Got a chance to unplug and let everyone hear them. Great performance there at halftime. And now as we get set to start the second half, I'll give you a quick word from our sponsors, then we will break down the first half. One of our sponsors tonight, Millennium Accounting, headquartered in Miami. Millennium Accounting Services. Millennium Accounting serves accounting and tax clients across the country and in Latin America. Millennium Accounting specializes in small business accounting from managing books and cash flow to tax preparation and mitigation. Whether you're a one-man operation or have a staff who depends on you, their firm brings extensive experience and professionalism on every case. Let Millennium manage your business so you can focus on running it. You can find them online at www.millenniummiami.com or call them at 305-812-5868. And our score at halftime, Heritage leads Merritt Island 10-0 on their path to picking up win number 1 on the year. Right now I think Heritage is doing a lot of things right, but most notably running the football well. And that defense, man, they are holding Merritt Island's wide receivers accountable.
Yeah, and they're getting a great pass rush. Also, the DBs are creating opportunities for the D-line to get pressure on the quarterback. Transfer quarterback comes in, and it takes some time to develop some chemistry with your receivers. Like I said in the first half, if you're throwing all summer, you're throwing all spring, and then when a guy comes in right in the middle of the season, it takes some time to develop some chemistry, because you've got to throw people open at this level. You're not going to see, a lot of times, you're not going to see a wide open receiver and then throw him the ball. You're going to see a guy who has, if he's even, he's leaving. So if the DB's facing you and your receiver's backs to you, that ball's got to come out, because you got to trust that your receiver is going to get separation. And a lot of high school quarterbacks, they want to see the receiver open. But a quarterback like this, he'll throw a guy open, but the chemistry is what makes that effective.
The receiver's got to be ready to find it. And yeah, the pass game has been slow to start for Merritt Island. Run game too, the Merritt Island offense has been struggling to get some yards. They've had a few solid drives set up. The Heritage defense has looked really good, and the Heritage offense kind of came alive late in the first half. A touchdown and a field goal, nearly 2 touchdowns, as I saw some people commenting. Maybe if they run a QB sneak there, they get in the end zone. But either way, a great goal line stand by Merritt Island to end the first half. And there's the kick. We are underway in the second half. This one will be caught by an upman for Heritage.
Devin McDonald.
And he gets it up past their own 45. First down and 10. Heritage in solid territory. Provide you some score updates that we got during halftime. Let me see. Osceola leads Rockledge 21-0 in the game of the week. Holy Trinity leads Faith Christian 10-8.
Cocoa Beach up on Halifax 21-0 at the half. Titusville
leads MCC 36-3.
Cocoa up 16-3. Start of the third quarter.
Palm Bay leads Fort Pierce Central 14-0, and we'll get the rest after we see first down. First and 10. Heritage Bayside is on a bye this week. They're the lone team in the county not playing tonight. First and 10, Heritage at their own 48-yard line. Great starting position. Tenta, play fake, steps, firing down the sideline, wide open. Getting down the sideline, one man to beat. And there you see it. He's gone. Number 11, Trey Ulmer from Joe Tenta in the first play of the second half is a 52-yard Heritage Panther touchdown.
And you see their Heritage putting it together. Joe Tenta's got a great arm, and Trey Ulmer has speed all day, and they finally connect for the first time, I believe, this year for a touchdown pass.
Man, oh man, 52-yard touchdown to kick off the second half. Tenta to Ulmer for the score. And you're talking about, we're referring to Merritt Island, but seeing a player open and throwing it, he was wide open down the sideline.
Yeah.
So there you saw it, touchdown Heritage. Extra point is up, and it is good. And just like that, the first play of the second half goes 52 yards for Heritage touchdown, and the Panthers lead it 17-0.
This is the way that Heritage envisioned themselves coming out in the game one of the beginning of the year. Unfortunately, it took them a while to develop some type of momentum and chemistry, but we're seeing here tonight they're running the ball well. They came out at halftime, they saw something at halftime, made an adjustment, and went right at it on the first play of the second half.
I got to say, we saw in our early preseason rankings, we had high hopes for Heritage, and the people were like, well, why? They have good players. They have good athletes. They have great coaching. Something just wasn't clicking to start the year. But now if you see that develop, this season isn't all for naught. I mean, we're only 4 games in. Their schedule has some winnable games still to come. I don't know if they could be still make it to the playoffs, but with the new Metro and Suburban, they have a decent chance. And, you know, if they go advance to 1-4 tonight, got 5 more games ahead, you win a majority, you could be in decent standing.
Yeah, when you're 0-4, you don't care about playoffs, you don't care about district, you just want to get that first win under your belt. And this is a different looking Heritage team tonight. Come out, look very determined to get that win.
Merritt Island's got to get this offense rolling because Heritage is doing that right now on their side.
Now, Merritt Island is a very good football team, and they've got a lot of weapons. And then you throw that transfer quarterback in there, they're never out of a game. So they're not just going to lay down. They're going to fight all the way to the end. And this game is far from over.
We've seen Heritage have some leads this year without closing out the game. Let's see if Merritt Island can try and be the comeback team tonight. Kickoff here, a good one. And this one will be returned by Jordan Woods. Woods taking it up here. Woods up the middle. Jordan Woods with space up the middle. Jordan Woods, no one has a chance to get him. Jordan Woods with a 90-plus yard kick return touchdown. And just like that, Merritt Island is right back in this one.
That's the spark they needed right there.
Huge. Jordan Woods takes it from the 5 all the way for the touchdown. The sophomore on the return goes 95 yards and immediately matches the Heritage touchdown to get Merritt Island on the board.
Yeah, you had a couple guys blow their lane assignment there on that kickoff coverage, and well-executed kick return there by Merritt Island.
And, hey, you'll see a lot of those kicks break the edge. They're going to go for 2 here, and that one doesn't go well at all.
Great play there by Tayshawn Benson.
So now 17-6 is the score.
See that when you have Benson out there, that's a numbers game. So typically what happens is you split the end zone up into 4 quadrants and you count numbers. If Heritage puts X number of guys over there with the bunch and they leave X number of guys over here on the quarterback, center, and back, that tells you what you're doing on that play. But when you have Tayshawn Benson over here with the center on the short side, on the weak side, he's going to run somebody down if they try to get outside. So that was a well-defended, aligned defense there by Heritage on that 2-point attempt.
Well, we've had 3 plays in the second half. 2 of those go for big touchdowns. And just like that, it's 17-6. Heritage on top early in the third quarter. Flag man getting the crowd ready to go for Merritt Island. Now Heritage, just like that, you're back on offense, though, which may be seen as a good thing if they can continue this offensive prowess they've had lately, pick up another score.
Yeah, the Heritage coaches probably on the sideline were not real. I mean, obviously you don't want that to happen, but they want to keep the momentum and they want to keep their guys' heads up and confident, so they were probably calming the guys down. If any of them were too upset, say, hey, guys, we're fine. We're still in control of this game. Don't let that bother you too much.
And time-wise,
obviously you got to fix that.
Their lead is the same at halftime, and time-wise, it still feels like it could be a first drive kind of situation. There's the kickoff there by Merritt Island this time. Bouncing, and it'll be scooped up and returned by Heritage this time. Heritage trying to find the gap. And a solid return there by Heritage up past their own 35-yard line by Tayshawn Benson.
Yep.
First down, Heritage. First drive of the second half was a 1-play, 52-yard touchdown pass from Tenta to Ulmer.
Yeah, they're not getting out here without a fight. This thing's going to go down to the end. A lot of tradition and pride here at Merritt Island in this football program.
I had a hunch this one was going to be close. First and 10, Heritage at their own 36-yard line. They lead it 17-6. Drop turns, give up the middle. Big run here by Heritage.
That's Tajay Douglas there on the run.
Tajay Douglas with a big carry in that run game, staying true for Heritage. And now that run game looking good, that pass game starting to blossom. And Merritt Island's got to hold them accountable. That's a rush for a gain of 24 by Tajay Douglas. First down, Heritage at the Merritt Island 40-yard line. First down, Heritage at the Merritt Island 40. Split backs, turn, give again to Douglas, and great job by the Merritt Island defensive front to pick up the stop that time. Only a gain of 2. 2nd and 8 coming up for Heritage at the Merritt Island 38-yard line.
Yeah, see, they defended that well, but Douglas was still able to get 2 yards. That's why I was surprised he wasn't in on that goal line package, because he's a load.
And you hope for Heritage that those 4 points left on the board won't make a difference, but in a close game, who knows. 2nd down and 8 now for Heritage at the Merritt Island 38-yard line. New quarterback, there's Trey Ulmer. Ulmer keeping it up the middle. And Trey Ulmer gets a solid gain.
Merritt Island, so they go trips. Merritt Island has a 3-1 box. They've got 3 down defensive linemen and 1 middle linebacker. You've got 5 offensive linemen. You're +1. That's run all day long.
3rd down and 4 now for Heritage at the Merritt Island 34-yard line. Ulmer does take some reps at quarterback, but he was the one that caught the big receiving touchdown earlier. Here we have it, 3rd down and 4. Heritage, the Merritt Island 34. 4 down territory, I would say, for Heritage. 3rd down. Tenta keeps this time. Joe Tenta trying to push forward. Great job. But the Merritt Island defense pushing back.
They're definitely going for this.
4th and short for Heritage. 4th and 2. And we got a timeout on the field. Timeout on the field. We got a Heritage player down on the play. Hate to see that for the Panthers. 17-6, Heritage leads here midway through quarter number 3 as we have an injury timeout on the field. 9:38 to go in quarter number 3, so still quite early, but touchdown each to start the second half already. As the
yeah, I'm surprised Heritage didn't go right back to that with Ulmer at quarterback, going trips, taking guys out of the box. You've got to commit at least 3 guys to trips defensively. And they had a 4-man box. I was surprised they didn't go right back to that.
Man down for Heritage is Tayshawn Townsend. Glad to see him get up and walk off the field under his own power. Baker County now leads Vieira 27-7. Vieira is another team like Heritage, winless so far in the year, but they're improving. But the difference is Vieira's schedule is a juggernaut at times. Baker County's
got a sophomore quarterback.
They do. Chase Cromartie.
He's got a lot of potential.
Sweet. So we head back to play here, coming out of the injury timeout. 4th and 2. As the rain is starting to fall again here at Merritt Island. As the rain starts to fall for 4th and 2. 4th down for Heritage at the Merritt Island 32. Trying the hard count here. Tenta drops back, turns, throws a screen pass, cutting up towards the sticks. He'll get there. And on 4th and 2 on a pass in the rain, it's converted for a Heritage first down to Tayshawn Benson on the screen pass.
Yeah, anytime you can get Benson one-on-one in the open field, he's going to make the first guy miss, or he's going to get at least a couple yards after contact. He's got great feet, great shift, very explosive.
And this rain starting to come down now here at Merritt Island.
Yeah, we're seeing the fans scramble.
Score is 17-6. Heritage leading Merritt Island. As you can, it is pouring.
Now this rain definitely plays in a Heritage favor with the run game.
First down and 10. Turn, give to the back, number 24.
Daniel Whaley.
Quayle. Ball's out. And Merritt Island with the fumble recovery in the rain. Their second fumble recovery of the night. And that's what you got to worry for in the rain. That ball coming out, harder to handle. And another fumble recovery for the Merritt Island Mustangs.
And the young Heritage running back there, after the big run in the first half, turns the ball over. Growing pains.
As it is starting to come down big here. Sorry if you see my hand in the camera. I'm trying to make sure our equipment stays dry, because it is starting to rain sideways into the booth. But it's high school football. We play on, rain or shine. On the turf, 1st and 10. Merritt Island at their own 28-yard line. First down, Merritt Island, and man, this rain seemingly came out of nowhere, and it is coming down now. First down, keep Luke Knight on the keeper there.
Evan McDonald with a great play there at linebacker.
Great job by the defense there.
Yeah, this rain is a game changer. I mean, your game plan, whatever you came up with it before the game or at halftime, sometimes you can just fold that thing up and put it in your back pocket and save it for another day.
Jesus Christ. The rain is really coming in here now.
Not only the rain, but the wind has picked up quite a bit too, which can affect the pass game.
Very true. 2nd down and 9 for Merritt Island now. Personally in the booth, I don't mind rain, but this sideways rain, something else. 2nd down and 9 for Merritt Island now. At their own 29-yard line. Knight turns. He's going to take off again. Luke Knight up the middle, and he'll take off and pick up a Merritt Island first down.
They like what they see with that draw.
First down and 10, Merritt Island at their own 43-yard line. Quarterback turns, throws, Knight throws the wheel route, finds his man down the sideline for a solid gain, make it 2nd and manageable.
That's good blocking out there on the perimeter. Give him a lane after the catch.
2nd down and about 3 here, Merritt Island at the 50-yard line. Second down, turn, give. Woods trying to turn it upfield there on the jet sweep. It'll be 3rd down and short, but we got flags down, I believe, on the field. Jordan Woods with the ball there. He got them that kick return touchdown to start the second half. False start will come on Merritt Island, though, so that play won't matter. That'll back them up. So we got maybe a timeout on the field here, it looks like. Nope, they'll come back out here. They'll back them up now for 2nd and 8 now for Merritt Island at their own 45. Thanks everyone for tuning in. If anyone give any feedback, I don't think anything would be wrong, but with the rain, I don't think our equipment would have any issues. But if anything starts sounding or looking different, just let us know. Besides, obviously, the rain on the screen. 2nd down and 8 now for Merritt Island at their own 45-yard line. Knight stepping up in the pocket. Luke Knight again going to take off on another scramble for a solid gain to make it 3rd and short. Great run by Luke Knight. It'll only be 3rd and 2 now for Merritt Island at the Heritage 49. I would expect this to be 4-down territory where they're at.
Heritage with 3 down linemen, and they're rushing outside, so it opens up that draw.
3rd down the run. Elijah Edwards diving for the first. And that one's going to be close. I think they should have the first, and they do. Elijah Edwards on the 3rd down carry picks up a Merritt Island first down. Titusville leads MCC 14-3. And it'll be first down. Merritt Island now to the Heritage 47-yard line. 7.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Luke Knight turns, gives again to Edwards. Edwards pushing it up the middle. And he'll be pushed back there. No gain there. Great job by the Heritage front. It's funny looking at the weather forecast. 70% chance of rain right now, 0% the rest of the night, 0% leading in. So I guess this hour is just special. Rain hour. It's Friday night. Mother Nature had to tap in. 2nd down and 10. Knight drops, stepping up, firing it deep. One-on-one, that one incomplete. Tayshawn Benson in coverage there, good coverage.
Yeah, that's really the one guy you definitely don't want to throw at.
3rd down and 10, or 3rd and 9 for Merritt Island at the Heritage 46. As we
Benson's got the catch-up speed to bait you into throwing a ball, and then there's separation there, but he'll go get it.
Officials timeout here, midway through quarter number 3. Heritage leads Merritt Island 17-6 coming out of the timeout. It'll be 3rd and 9 for Merritt Island. Tonight's broadcast is sponsored by Highland Ag Solutions. Highland Hub Ag Solutions is the leading digital platform for fresh food safety and regulatory compliance. Run your business easily and efficiently with the goal of enhancing operations, easing the regulatory burden, and maximizing your finished good returns. For more information, you can call them at 863-844-4263 or email them at info.highlandag.com or check them out online at www.highlandhasit.com.
Big 3rd down and 9 here for Merritt Island.
3rd and 9, Merritt Island at the O'Galley. Not the O'Galley, I'm reading the comments. O'Galley leading Harmony 28-13. 3rd and 9, Merritt Island at the Heritage 36. Luke Knight steps up, rolling right. Knight will get swallowed up for a big sack for a loss by number 8. That is King Moore, KJ Moore, with a big loss there. 4th and long for Merritt Island in Heritage territory. As the rain begins to slow here for 4th and 10. As now Merritt Island has to punt it here from the Heritage 47-yard line. Solid drive setting up for Merritt Island, but they're going to have to punt once again. Low snap bouncing off the punter, got to get it away, and wow, nearly a broken, busted play, and still a good punt. Got to get away from that ball. That one will be down by Merritt Island.
Yeah, that snap either almost hit or did hit the man they bring across in motion pre-snap there. And I think it got deflected off of that motion man.
3:46 to go in the 3rd quarter here. Heritage leads Merritt Island 17-6. And man, would this be a huge drive if they could pick up a score.
Yeah, they were moving the ball on the last possession, and then the turnover ended that drive. But Heritage run game has been very effective tonight.
Now the rain's slowing a little bit for now. It can rain.
Heritage has had more big runs in this game than they've had all year.
Hey, it can rain. Just save the lightning for another time. 1st and 10, Heritage at their own 32. Titusville leads MCC 52-3. Tenta turns, gives up the middle. Back for minimal to no gain there. And back on the carry was, I don't know. Ran into a pile of Mustangs, and that's the last we saw of them.
Looked like Tayshawn Benson was the last guy to get up from the pile.
Gain of 2 there by Benson. 2nd down and 8 for Heritage at their own 34-yard line. Trips again, trips right side for Heritage. Single back with Tenta. Tenta gonna roll right side on an option. Tenta cuts it up the middle. Great job by the Merritt Island front again on the stop there on the option.
A hard run there by Tenta, putting his shoulder down like a back.
3rd down and 10 now for Heritage. Or not 3rd and 10, actually. That was a solid gain. It'll be about
3rd and 5.
3rd and 5 for Heritage at their own 37-yard line. The score 17-6. Heritage leads Merritt Island. And Heritage has 3rd and 5 at their own 37-yard line. Again, score Heritage 17, Merritt Island 6.
Heritage has got to hurry up here. They're running out of time.
Trips again. They love to run it. Trips with a single back. 3rd and 5. Tenta drops back this time. Rolling right side. Tenta motioning downfield. Joe Tenta just going to take off last minute there.
Short.
Definitely going to be short of the line to get in there by Joe Tenta on the scramble. 4th down now for Heritage.
This is definitely punt territory.
No gain there on the run by Tenta. 4th and 5. Fourth down and 5 for Fourth down and 5 for Heritage now at their own 37. They'll have to punt it back to Merritt Island here late in the third quarter. Quarter number 3, that is. Back to punt now for Heritage. This would be a big drive, big scoring drive, and Merritt Island can pick it up. High snap. Punt gets away, a good punt. Booming one. He's going to let it bounce there out of bounds. Jordan Woods doesn't choose to return it. First and 10, Merritt Island at their own 30-yard line.
Well, the rain stop and definitely helps Merritt Island's offense here. They're going to be able to put the ball in the air.
I know he's hustling to the ball, and that's good, but if I'm in the box, I'm seeing that. I'm saying, hey.
So now Merritt Island sets up first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. This is a big drive. I think Merritt Island gets on the board, finally gets their offense to score, because that's the thing. Kick return's great, but that offense's momentum so kind of stays stagnant. Cocoa leads Melbourne 30-3. Cocoa Tigers with a statement game so far. First down and 10. Merritt Island at their own 25. Luke Knight in the gun here as the rain has ceased from the O-Dome. Man in motion. Elijah Edwards. Low snap, quick toss to the far side, popped up in the air, and it is intercepted by Heritage. Wow.
Yeah, that ball was deflected, either went through the receiver's hands and hit his helmet and shot straight up in the air, and a Heritage defender in the area went up and got it, tapped his feet in bounds before he went out of bounds, turnover.
I believe that's Merritt Island's first turnover of the night on the interception.
That's a slick ball.
Yeah, the one thing I don't know if I liked there was how quick of a pass. He barely had the ball, and he throws it immediately. You never know. Receiver might not have been ready. Might have given a bigger opportunity to Heritage defense to pop that one up and pick it. Wish I got the number there, but it was on the far side of the field. First down, a Heritage now at the Merritt Island 25-yard line. Huge opportunity for Heritage here late in quarter number 3. First and 10, 2 backs with Tenta. Man in motion behind. Tenta turns, rolls. Firing deep. One-on-one has a man. It's incomplete. Flags down. Pass interference definitely going to be on one side. Flag down. Score 17-6 Heritage on top. Flags down near where the ball was targeted. We'll see the call. We know it's pass interference. We know it's pass interference. We'll see who it's on.
We can tell by the Merritt Island defenders they're calling it on the defense.
Pass interference coming on Merritt Island here. Actually, are they waving it off? I don't know.
No, they're going to walk it off.
They're going to walk it. There you see it. Pass interference by Merritt Island. And wow. I thought that was pretty clean coverage there, maybe to the very, very end. But
well, the only thing I saw was that the Merritt Island defender didn't get turned around
yeah,
behind the ball.
I was going to say that.
The Heritage defender tried to come back to make the catch and made contact with him.
Well, either way, pass interference sets up Heritage inside the Highland Ag Solutions red zone to the Merritt Island 13. Huge drive right now for Heritage if they can get in the end zone or at least get a field goal. First down and 10. Man in motion. First down. Turn, give, and we got whistles. Flags down. This one looking to be possibly a false start. That'll be a false start coming. That'll be a false start by Heritage. That'll back them up first and 15. Still inside the red zone, the Merritt Island 18-yard line. First and 15 now for Heritage at the Merritt Island 18-yard line. We've seen Merritt Island pick up some good defensive stops, though. They stopped them at the 1 before halftime. See if they can do it here from the 18.
Yeah, things definitely tighten up when you get down in the red zone.
First down and 15 now for Heritage at their own 18-yard line. First down, man in motion again. Same look to start for Heritage. Tenta rolls right on the option. Tenta trying to get out here, but great job by the Merritt Island defense stopping him before he gets anywhere. That'll be second down and 10, or second and 15.
There by Merritt Island.
Second and 15 still for Heritage now, or maybe a second and 14. Either way, second and long for the Panthers inside the red zone.
Trying to string it out there outside. The longer you take to string it out and don't get north-south, it gives that defense time to rally and get downhill.
The Highland Ag Solutions and Millennium Accounting red zone, 1:30 to go in quarter number 3. Second down and 14 now for Heritage. Osceola leading Rockledge 24-7. Second and long. Tenta, play fake, rolling out right. Tenta pulls, keeps, runs the option there. Late toss to, I believe, Tajay Douglas. A solid gain there. Heads up play by Tenta on the toss. Third down and manageable now for Heritage inside the 10.
That's going to be about 3rd and 4.
Third down and 4.
From the 7.
From the 7-yard line for Heritage. Big third down coming up. They kick a field goal. They go ahead by 14. Difference is a touchdown. Puts them up by 18. 3-possession game versus a 2-possession game. And we know they were just short before half of getting in the end zone. Now they have another opportunity down here. Let's see if they can punch it in. Third down, Heritage, 3rd and 4 inside the 10. Tenta keeps pushing up the middle, right at the Merritt Island front. And Merritt Island stacks the box and stuffs them for no gain. Now 4th down and 4 for Heritage. Another great defensive stand by Merritt Island inside the 20, inside the 10. Very, very late in the 3rd quarter. Let's see, will they go for it on 4th? Will they take the field goal? 4th down and 4 coming up for Heritage at the Merritt Island 7-yard line. Merritt Island Mustangs student section getting into it here before the 4th down play.
Taking a lot of time here.
Maybe nearing the end of the 3rd quarter. I know there's a minute and a half to go recently. Thanks everyone for tuning in tonight. Great viewership. Love everyone tuning in tonight. Merritt Island trails Heritage currently 17-6, and Heritage is driving, but they got a 4th down coming up. We'll see what the decision is by Coach Ainsley. And we got a timeout on the field, or whistles, timeout Heritage ahead of the 4th down play. Yeah, it seemed like they weren't really planning on calling a play there. They were sorting something out. Timeout Heritage here late in quarter number 3. 17-6, the Panthers lead the Mustangs.
Yeah, I might line up and go hard count there and then call the timeout just to try to get them to jump, but
so here we have the timeout before the big 4th down play for Heritage. This is a play that'll make some, definitely change the course of the game possibly. They choose field goal. They go up by 14. They go for it, get it. They have a good chance to score a touchdown. They don't get it. No
looks like
points
they're going to kick here. They're bringing in the kicker.
I think that's a solid call. I mean, it's still around, basically leading into the 4th quarter.
Well, he's got a decent wind at his back that's going in that direction. He's on the right hash. The wind is going in that direction, so
good call.
If he was kicking it the other way, it might be a decision, might be a different decision, but
24-yarder coming up for Heritage, number 29, the kicker, Damian Mims. Mims from 24 to put him up by 14. Mims kick up, and it is good. It's a great kick by Mims. Extends Heritage's lead now 20-6. The Panthers lead by 14. Great drive there, but once again, still good effort by Merritt Island inside those 20s, inside the 10.
Yeah, great stand there by Merritt Island, keeping them out of the end zone again.
20-6. Heritage leads, and man, they're looking good right now, but they got to hold on for another quarter. They want to pick up win number 1 of 2022. But with that field goal, still a 2-possession game, not 3. 2 touchdowns is what Merritt Island will need. 20-6. Instead of what could have been a 24-6. You look at that drive. You look at the drive before half. The 2 field goal drives, they were set up in great position. And all you want if you're Heritage, don't make that be the difference, because that's 8 points left on the board. It could be 28-6, still 20-6. You still get scores, so definitely still good drives. Don't get me wrong, but
yeah, Merritt Island defense keeping them in the game, holding out in the red zone.
As it is definitely late in the third quarter, 14-point lead for the Heritage Panthers.
Be interesting to see what they do. They probably squibbed this ball on the ground somewhere because of the kick return the last time. Probably not going to hang it up and give them a chance to get their wedge set up.
I know one interesting score I saw at halftime. Merritt Island Christian trailed Shorecrest Prep at 8-man, 27-0, and Merritt Island Christian's undefeated, one of the best teams in 8-man around in the Sunshine State Athletic Conference, trailing 27-0. Shorecrest Prep's a good team, don't get me wrong, but that wouldn't be a great loss, Merritt Island Christian. So that was just an interesting score. There were a lot of scores I saw at halftime, but that'd be a long way back to go find them. So you can scroll in the comments and find them, and when they come, I will make sure I announce them as they come. Here's the kickoff, a squib, bouncing down, and Merritt Island just falls on it.
That's exactly what Heritage wanted. They don't want to give it to the return guys. They don't want to let them set up the return. So you kick it hard on the ground, and you make one of those up-back guys touch it.
And you got to fall on it there to make sure it stays safe. First down, Merritt Island now at their own 32-yard line, 33-yard line coming. First down and 10 for Merritt Island at their own 32, following the squib kick. Can't imagine there's long left here in the third quarter. Around a minute and a half was left last time we checked, which wasn't too long ago. First down and 10. Man in motion. Turns, gives, no, keep by Knight. And the one thing Knight is doing tonight, though, is he is solidifying the Merritt Island quarterback position. We haven't seen a big switch. They started out with a different quarterback, but in games, you'll see them switch between 3 quarterbacks. He hasn't had a picture-perfect night, but it seems like they're sticking with him and they're liking it to some degree.
Yeah, well, he's not getting a lot of help. His receivers aren't getting separation, and the offensive line is giving up pressure.
Score 20-6, Heritage leads. Knight pressure, throws across body to Elijah Edwards. Edwards turns it up on the little halfback screen, and he picks up a Merritt Island first down up to their own 49-yard or 44-yard line.
That's
first and 10 Mustangs.
Great screen call right there. You have an aggressive defense that's teeing off up front. Let them go ahead and go, and then you got a halfback screen.
Whistles on the field, and I believe that is the end of our third quarter. The score, Heritage leads Merritt Island 20-6. 12 minutes is all we await to see who wins this one. Again, Heritage leads by 14 into the fourth quarter, and this fourth quarter is going to be one to watch. Here live from Merritt Island, don't go anywhere, because I know for sure this is the closest game tonight on Brevard Sports Network, and it's going to stay that way. Here we go at the break. I'd like to thank our sponsor, Millennium Accounting, headquartered in Miami. Millennium Accounting serves accounting and tax clients across the country and in Latin America. Millennium Accounting specializes in small business accounting, from managing books and cash flow to tax preparation and mitigation. Whether you're a one-man operation or have a staff who depends on you, their firm brings extensive experience and professionalism to every case. Let Millennium manage your business so you can focus on running your business. Find them online at www.millenniummiami.com or call them at 305-812-5868. So here we go. First and 10, Merritt Island to start the fourth quarter. They take over 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line, trailing by 14. But they are one touchdown away from making it a one-possession game. Luke Knight in the gun. Knight, low snap, drops, stepping up in the pocket, blitz coming, Knight rolling near side, flag down, and Knight will get brought down to the near side. After little gain there on the keeper, but we have flags down. And that's going to be a hold on Merritt Island. So that one's going to come back. So the penalty is a hold on Merritt Island. So this run, a short run, will come back.
Cocoa Beach with the win, 21-0 over Halifax Academy. I believe that's Cocoa Beach's third win in a row.
So actually there were offsetting penalties, a face mask and a hold. So they'll reset the down and it'll be 1st down and 10. That's big for Cocoa Beach. I love what they're doing over there. New coach comes in this season. Now they're 3-1 after having only one win last season.
It's like Holy Trinity up 24-8 over Faith Christian in the fourth quarter.
Love to see that for the Tigers. 1st and 10 once again for Merritt Island at their own 44 following the offsetting penalties. Knight steps up, fires over the middle, gets hit as he throws. That one falls incomplete.
Yeah, he had pressure in his face as he was letting go of that ball.
Palm Bay leads Fort Pierce Central 14-0. Seems like another great defensive performance for Palm Bay, but that offense not showing much with only 14 points on the board.
Titusville up 52-3 over MCC with a running clock.
Titusville Terriers showing out tonight. 2nd down and 10 now for Merritt Island, still at their own 44. Here on the first drive of the fourth quarter.
The last two snaps have been low and to the left.
Edwards in motion, low again. Knight looks for Edwards, steps up in the pocket, and he'll be sacked.
Trey Brown, number 5 on the tackle.
Big sack there by Trey Brown, and the Heritage Panthers brings up 3rd and long for the Merritt Island Mustangs.
Osceola up on Rockledge 24-7 with 4:13 left in the third quarter.
Wow.
Baker County up 28-14 over Vieira, start of the fourth.
Hey, Vieira hanging in that one. That'd be huge if Vieira could pick up their first win of the year, going back-to-back against Baker County. Knight drops, rolls right side. Luke Knight flagged down, and he's going to throw it down the sideline. It'll be hauled in on the sideline, but there'll be a flag. Another hold on Merritt Island. That'll bring that reception back. So these penalties on this drive killing Merritt Island. As we said, Osceola leads Rockledge 24-7. After the holding call, they'll back it up the score. Heritage 20, Merritt Island 6 early in the fourth quarter. And now with the penalty backing Merritt Island up, 15 yards, 3rd down and 25 for Merritt Island at their own 30-yard line. Or 3rd and 24. 3rd and 24 for the Mustangs at their own 30-yard line. Luke Knight alone in the gun. He moves Edwards out. 5 wide, trips left side. 3rd down and 24. Knight, low snap, picks it up. Trying to roll out, blitz coming, rolls out near side. Knight steps into it, heaves, and it is incomplete. Looking for Dallas Donahue, and he gets leveled there.
Yeah, Heritage playing man free, and they've been covering all night.
Jaking Joseph in there on the coverage. 4th and 24 now, and once again, Merritt Island has to punt the football. And for me, this drive for Heritage could be the put-away drive if they get a touchdown. That would make it 27-6.
Yeah, it's definitely getting to be about that time.
Toho Kaliga leads Space Coast 27-7. Space Coast led that game 7-0. Tough to see the 27 unanswered out of Toho. 4th down, punt coming up for Merritt Island. High snap, kick. Oh, what a kick. Wow. A booming punt, and that's going to take the turf bounce. And it will be scooped up there by Tayshawn Benson. Benson to avoid pinning his team any deeper than they have to. Benson scoops up the bouncer, takes it up to the 20.
Yeah,
First down, Heritage at their own 20-yard line.
That was a good play there by Benson, going back and getting that ball and getting it back to at least the 20-yard line. If he doesn't get that ball and lets it go, that thing's going to roll down inside the 10.
We got an O'Gallagher, or I keep reading the comments saying O'Gallagher. It's a Merritt Island player down on the play, unfortunately.
That was a huge punt. They got up there in that wind. There's a really strong wind going in that direction. He boomed that one.
20-6, the score here from Merritt Island as Heritage searching for win number 1 on the season. Doing good so far, but still 2-possession game in the fourth quarter. Merritt Island could do something still. Again, injury time out here for the Mustangs. Still early in the fourth quarter. This would be a big drive for Heritage. 2 goals. Number 1, score. Number 2, waste some of that clock. If you can do both of those, that's a successful drive.
Yeah, and that's their offense is built for that. You know, they're a ground game, and they're going to grind the clock if they can get a couple first downs.
And player walks off now. Good to see from Merritt Island. Cocoa now leading Melbourne 37-3. Statement game for the Cocoa Tigers tonight. As Logan Pettit and Billy Palmer over there on that call. First down and 10, Heritage at their own 20-yard line here, leading by 14.
Hey, the right side is offset. Dive right.
Tenta with split backs. Tenta turns, gives up the middle. There you see the man running it. That's Tajay Douglas, and he gets stopped at the line of scrimmage. Great job of the Merritt Island defense stuffing him there. Second down and 10, or second and 9 coming up for Merritt Island.
Yeah, very little push up front from Heritage on that. The Merritt Island defensive line is making a stand.
Second and 9 coming up for Heritage at their own 21-yard line. This will be a long drive, but hey, they had a 99-yard touchdown drive, so seems like for them nothing's too long. About 10:30 to go still in the fourth quarter. Second down and 9, turn, give, up the middle. Good carry there on the dive up the middle by number 12, Tayshawn Benson for a short gain, actually a solid gain. 3rd and 5 or 6 now for Heritage at their own 24-yard line, 3rd and 6. Holy Trinity leads Faith Christian 24-8 in the fourth quarter. That'd be a big win for Hurley Brown and company out there. Faith Christian traveling in, or they're playing them from Orlando. So you know a team from Orlando can always give you some grief. Merritt and Holy Trinity hanging tough. 3rd down and 5 now for Heritage at their own 25. Tenta in the gun, split backs. Tenta, play fake, bootleg, taking the left line. Joe Tenta with space, and Joseph Tenta on the bootleg run picks up a gain of 15 and a Heritage first down.
It's a good call there. Nobody on contain, nobody on quarterback, backside, bootleg. That's a great call there by Coach Ainsley.
First down and 10. Heritage up to their own 37-yard line. 8:37 to go in the game. Big first down there by Tenta. Satellite leads Astronaut now 27-0. I know that's Fox 35 News. Orlando game of the week. They were here at Satellite in the morning for the pep rally. The news, everyone was out. Great atmosphere this morning at Satellite High School. Flags down on the Tayshawn Benson run. Flag down.
Heritage doing a good job running that play clock down to the last second before they snap every ball.
And that'll be a hold on Heritage, though, so that run will come back. Make it first and long.
Yeah, that's, in this situation, you're better off just to, if you get beat up front, you're better off just to let that guy go. And rather than back yourselves up, you'd rather be 2nd and 9 than 1st and 20.
And stop the clock.
And stop the clock.
8.5 minutes was the last time we checked. Time left in the entire game.
It's hard to just let a guy go, though. When you're out there playing ball, that's just not in your thinking. Just got to move those feet. keep them in front, get some push.
First down and 15 now for Heritage at their own 31-yard line. Tento with a single back. First and 15, turn, give up the middle. Tayshawn Benson cutting to the left side for a solid gain. Not enough to get those penalty yards back, though. It'll still be second and long for Heritage. Here we go, second down and 12 now for Heritage at their own, or second and 13, Heritage at their own 34-yard line. Second down and 13 now for Heritage at their own 34-yard line. Big second down coming here. Want to get it closer.
Quarterback here.
Trey Ulmer, the quarterback.
2x2 stack.
And he's going to run the option here. Pitch it, ball's down. And that one looks to be Merritt Island football. And there you have it, Merritt Island with their third fumble recovery of the night. Merritt Island's defense keeping a minute, and a poorly run option falls on the ground, and Merritt Island scoops it up, and they stay in the game with that one.
Yeah, it looked like it got stuck in his gloves. He tried to pitch it, and it just kind of fell on the ground there.
Third turnover of the game for Heritage, all fumbles lost.
Give some Merritt Island life here.
First and 10, Merritt Island at the Heritage 31-yard line. Big drive here. They trail by 14 midway through the fourth quarter.
Just got to finish games. You know, the holding penalty and then the turnover there on the option. You got to finish games. Still
for Merritt Island, this is a much-scored drive, and by score, I mean touchdown. First and 10, Merritt Island at their own 31. Huge drive set up here. Luke Knight in the gun. Single back is Elijah Edwards. Low snap. Give to Edwards. They run the reverse, and it's fumbled by Woods. Woods scoops it up. Woods with the edge. Good blocks. And there Jordan Woods with a solid run there, getting out of bounds after a short gain. That one could have gone catastrophically, as they nearly had to give the ball right back on a toss of their own.
Yeah, that wasn't one of the more exciting 4-yard gains you'll ever see.
Second down and 6, 7:15 to go in the game. Second and 6, Merritt Island at their own 27-yard line. Knight drops, throws the near side, caught underneath, but the Heritage defense swarming on Brooks Moss.
Yeah, trips to the boundary there. There's not a lot of room to maneuver. If that doesn't happen quick, you're going to get instant pursuit by the defense.
Cocoa leading Melbourne 44-3. Cocoa Tigers seem to have a new light coming back to Brevard County.
Yeah, well, you know, their first 2 games were very tough games, so people that judge them on those first 2 games were a little quick to judge.
Third down and 7 now for Merritt Island at their own 20, or at the Heritage 27-yard line. Big third down, 100% 4-down territory. Knight takes it up the middle on the keeper. Luke Knight up the middle, and he looked to slide, and there'll be a flag there. And there's a hold on Merritt Island, and the run by Luke Knight got him up to where they needed to be, but the hold will bring them back. And the holding calls for Merritt Island tonight, costing them yards.
Yeah, there was a hole big enough for me to drive my car through on that play, so that's unfortunate to get a penalty on that because it was well executed.
Third down and long now for Merritt Island after the Luke Knight scramble that looked to have picked up the first down. But instead now it is third and 14. Timeout here with 6:15 to go in the game. Heritage leads Merritt Island 20-6. And for me, this is the biggest drive of the game for Merritt Island. If you don't get a touchdown here, it's going to start sulking and dropping till it's over. If you get the ball back to Heritage with less than 6, or probably it'll end up being around 5 minutes to go if you don't get it here. Well, yeah, that one.
When you've got a quarterback like that, you have, you know, a little bit of time turns into more time than average because you got a guy that's explosive, got an explosive arm, can throw the ball deep, can run. So still a lot of time left. Definitely need to score on this possession.
Third down and 14. Merritt Island at the Heritage 35-yard line. No scores on offense yet for the Mustangs. They're one touchdown on a 95-yard kick return to start the second half. Third and 14 for the Merritt Island Mustangs. In the gun is Knight. Low snap. Knight rolls to the near side. Luke Knight reversing field. Dodging the pressure coming big. Knight's got to throw one, and he's going to throw it away.
It's going to be 4th down and 14 here. Great coverage downfield by Heritage defense. Nobody to throw the ball to. Reverses field back over to the wide side of the field. Still nobody to throw to.
4th down and 14. And now they're going to line up.
Merritt Island's going to pin them here and trust their defense.
They're kicking a field goal.
Oh, wow.
This is very long. This is going to be
35. That's a 52-yard
That's a
field goal.
52-yard field goal for the Mustangs, and that's not Brady Denneberg kicking. That's number 44, Gunnar Trout. 52-yarder for Trout is up in the wind. Trout short into the end zone, no good. And as I realized kicking that, I think they wanted that wind to carry it. It doesn't get it far enough, and wow, there you have it. Turnover on downs for Merritt Island on the missed field goal. But also there, that can kind of work as a better alternative to a punt in some circumstances. Drops it in for a touchback. It'll be 1st and 10 Heritage at their own 20. They lead by 14. All Heritage got to do here, run the clock
Ball
with
security.
ball security.
Ball security.
6 minutes on the dot to go.
Probably not going to run any option with a pitch involved.
I wouldn't. Keep it vanilla. 1st and 10 Heritage at their own 20. 6 minutes to go in the game. Panthers lead by 14. First down and 10 Heritage. Tenta turns, gives. Good run there. Tajay Douglas there for a good carry. And if you're going to get 9 yards every play, that'll be a first down in 2 plays. 2nd down and 1 now for Heritage at their own 29.
Heritage lineman downfield getting push on that play.
Second and 1 now for Heritage at their own 29-yard line.
And they're going to use every second of that play clock.
Kind of have to. Second down and 1 for Heritage at their own 21, at their own 29-yard line. Tenta turns, gives up the middle. Tayshawn Benson falls forward for a Heritage first down. Big first down there to start the drive. The put-away drive of sorts. First down and 10. Heritage at their own 30. 5:05 to go in the game. First down and 10. Heritage at their own 30-yard line. 5 minutes to go in the game.
Here it is, all set then.
First and 10. Two backs with Tenta. Tenta turns, gives it the up back. Up the middle with space. Turning outside. Townsend cutting back. Tayshawn Townsend on the first down carry for a gain of 13 and another Heritage first down to their own 43-yard line by Tayshawn Townsend. That's a big run on first down, a gain of 13 for another Panther first down. Already up to their own 43. And drive, the number one thing for Merritt Island, don't let them run this clock.
That was a great cutback there by Townsend. Tenta opens up to his right. Townsend cuts back to his left against the grain.
2 finals. Titusville defeats MCC 59-3. Titusville now 2-2. Cocoa beats Melbourne 44-3. Cocoa now 2-2. Melbourne 3-2. There you have it. First and 10. Heritage at their own 43-yard line. Still two backs with Tenta. Tenta drops, turns, gives. Tayshawn Benson. Benson has the edge. Good blocks. And Benson will be brought down, though, after a solid gain
On the dot, 3:59.
of 6.
There's that speed by Benson. He's beating the backfield, but he just outruns the defender and gets outside.
2nd down and 4. And we got a timeout here by Merritt Island. 3:50 to go in the game. Timeout Merritt Island as Heritage leads at 20-6. There you have it. The rain has started again. Ball security has got to be #1 priority for Heritage. They have 3 lost fumbles tonight. Even with the lead, they got to focus on holding on to that football. I'd like to thank our sponsors one more time tonight. Highland Ag Solutions and Millennium Accounting. You can find Highland Ag Solutions at 863-844-4263. You can email them at info@highlandag.com or check them out online at www.highlandhasit.com. And for Millennium Accounting, you can find them online at www.millenniummiami.com or call 305-812-5868. Here we have it, 2nd down and 4, Heritage at their own 49. 3 minutes to go in the game. Heritage just got to hold on for a few more minutes to their 14-point lead. Palm Bay leads a close one over Fort Pierce Central, 14-7. That would not be a good loss if Palm Bay dropped that one. Good run up the middle. Great job by the Merritt Island defense getting in there in the backfield for a loss. And Tayshawn Benson brought down for a loss. And we'll have another timeout here. This one by Heritage. Still around 3 minutes to go in the game. Heritage leads Merritt Island 20-6. Actually, it'll be a Merritt Island timeout.
Yeah, there's no reason why Heritage would want to call a timeout right
Yeah, I was
there.
thinking that.
But the official did point towards Heritage, so.
A loss of 2 on it. Now, 3rd down and 6 coming up now for Heritage at their own 47-yard line. Big 3rd down here for Heritage. This would be a huge 1st down if they could get it.
Backside, gotta stay home.
3rd down and 6. Heritage at their own 47-yard line. 3 minutes to go in this one. Still 2 backs with Tenta.
Right tackle is back.
3rd down. And there's movement up front. Who moves? I think that's going to be Merritt Island. It is. Offsides on the Merritt Island Mustangs there on the hard count on 3rd down.
It's still going to be 3rd down, though. The 5 isn't going to give them enough.
3rd down and 2 once again now for Heritage. Now at the Merritt Island 49. They're going to hurry up here. 3rd down and 1. Split backs. 3rd and 1. Tenta turns, gives, disguising it there, but great defensive hold there by the Merritt Island Mustangs at force 4th down. Good job on the disguised handoff by Heritage. And that will be the final timeout of the game for Merritt Island. Last time out for Merritt Island here. They trailed 20-6. They should be getting the ball back here. They're going to have to score fast.
So at minimum, if I'm Heritage, I'm going to line up on offense. I'm going to try to get them to jump. If they don't jump, I use one of my timeouts, and then I punt the ball away. If you have those timeouts and you have that lead, it's worth a shot just to try to get them to jump. And, that's what your timeouts are for when you have that lead late in the game.
Merritt Island Christian trails Shorecrest Prep 40-0. That's going to be a tough loss tonight for the Cougars down the road, but they're still a powerhouse in 8-man football. They'll bounce back. I got to see them last week defeating Calvary Chapel. As now rain is back and it's pouring again here late. Punting the ball, you got to be weary of punting in the rain.
Yeah, I think they'll try to make them jump, and then they'll burn a timeout.
And this is not an opportune time for the rain for Merritt Island. Because, if you want to score fast, that passing attack's going to be where you want to go. And those deep passes in the wind and rain make it a lot harder. 4th down and 1 for Heritage. They line up like they show to go for it. We'll see if they do. Or if it's the hard count. Man in motion is Ulmer. They do go for it. Tenta turns, pitches. Tayshawn Benson to the far side. Tayshawn Benson with space down the sideline and a huge, gutsy 4th down conversion for Heritage. Tayshawn Benson on the toss for a gain of about 10 or 15.
That's a great call because we haven't seen that play all night long. The toss there, everybody's inside thinking it's a short yardage situation. They're going to hit us inside. They go outside for the first time tonight on a toss. Benson uses his speed to get outside.
And Merritt Island, no timeouts left. A huge first down on 4th and 1 for Heritage. Gutsy call.
There's not a lot of guys in this county that can tackle him one-on-one in the open field without him getting at least a couple yards.
First down, Heritage now at the Merritt Island 35. Off the 14-yard run by Benson on 4th and 1. Turn, give, up the middle again, Tayshawn Benson. He'll be brought down that time after a short game by the Merritt Island defense.
Now it's all about ball security.
Yeah, clock's going to continue to tick here. 2:40 to go in the game. Clock ticks. 2nd down and 7 now for Heritage of the Merritt Island 32-yard line. 2nd down. Second down and 7. Heritage going to use all the play clock they can.
They're going to have to use a timeout here. They're not going to get this play off.
They're going to get a quick snap. Tenta does. He gets it off. Turn, give up the middle. Tayshawn Townsend sheds the tackle, moves forward for a gain of about 2. It'll be 3rd and 5 coming up for Heritage as we got whistles here. Clock stopped here ahead of 3rd and 5 for Heritage. Flag.
I don't think they got set up before the snap. I think they were in a big hurry, running out of time, and some of those receivers didn't get set.
Penalty on Heritage here will back them up. Clock stops too. Holy Trinity defeats Faith Christian 31-8. Hurley Brown and crew are now 2-2. That's who Merritt Island beat last week, was Holy Trinity, 25-10. Third down and 10 now for Heritage. Legal shift by Heritage. They'll have 3rd and 10 at the Merritt Island 35, or 2nd and 10. They keep the down, just lose 5.
Heritage comes out in a heavy formation here. Devin McDonald, the linebacker, in at wing.
2nd down and 5 for Heritage, or 2nd and 10 now, back at the Merritt Island 35-yard line. Osceola still leads Rockledge 24-7. 2nd and 10. Tenta turns, gives it up the middle. Great job by the Merritt Island defense getting on Tayshawn Benson there before he can get anywhere. 3rd and long now for Heritage. It'll be a 3rd and 9 for Heritage at the Merritt Island 34. I say 4-down territory still.
Well, if they don't get it, they're going to line up and they're going to try to get the hard count and keep the clock running, and then Heritage will use the timeout right before the play clock expires just to burn as much time as they possibly can.
3rd down and 9 for Heritage at the Merritt Island 34. Late in the game, Heritage leading 20-6.
It looks like they're going to use the timeout before the 3rd down play, which...
Timeout called here by Heritage. Late in this, or actually no timeout. Delay a game comes on Heritage now. And that'll make it 3rd and 14.
No, I think that they called the timeout.
Whitecap whistled a delay a game penalty. Seems like you have a timeout here. Yeah, timeout Heritage, so I don't think they get the delay game there. So it'll be 3rd and 9 Heritage at the Merritt Island 34 coming up. They lead by 14 late. They can close it out. They can pick up win number 1. O'Galley finishes off Harmony 28-13, and the Commodores remain undefeated, defeating the previously undefeated Harmony Longhorns.
That's a big win. O'Galley keeps rolling.
And with the Rockledge seeming like they're going to fall tonight, O'Galley will be the final undefeated team in Brevard County, even with 8-man Merritt Island Christian falls. So not assuming anything big comes out for Rockledge. I don't know how much time is left. I know they trail 24-7. Score, Heritage 20, Merritt Island 6. late in the fourth.
If you think that Super 7 was heated the last couple of weeks, wait till you see it this week.
This one's going to be hard. I knew that top 5 last week or the top 6 or so was like, yeah, there's some argument 7. Now, 1 through 7, I could have multiple different iterations. We'll see how it shakes out. 3rd and 9. Turn game. Tayshawn Benson ripped down for a tackle for loss. Flag down late. Flag down late. See the penalty here coming up. That'll be a hold on Heritage. That'll back them up here. Another try on 3rd down. 30-7 now, Osceola leads.
You decline it, that's right.
I was going to say, I would decline that call.
Take more time off.
Now it'll be 4th down.
The clock starts there.
4th.
Heritage is going to run as much time as they can and then either take a delay a game and punt or take a timeout right before the play clock expires.
4th and 13. We have whistles here ahead of the play. Official's going to talk it out here real quick. It'll be right now with the ball set. It'll be 4th and 13. Heritage of the Merritt Island 38-yard line. Very late in the game. Heritage leads by 2 touchdowns, and all they got to do is hold on here for however much time is left.
Barring a complete meltdown of epic proportion. Heritage is going to get their first win of the season.
So as the refs, I think they're looking at the spot. It'll be 4th and 13, Heritage at the Merritt Island 38-yard line.
Yeah, Heritage is going to take a timeout.
Now a timeout. Heritage, that I believe is their last one of the game.
Decide whether they want to punt it.
Or just try and get some yards.
Run a play. I mean, Merritt Island has a quarterback who can throw the ball probably at least 50 yards. So, quick Merritt Island score onside, quick Hail Mary. I mean,
it's not impossible.
I've seen crazier things happen. So you got to be smart if you're Heritage here and make sure that everybody's on the same page. Make sure you have a plan.
That's what I got. He's got 50 over there.
51 seconds to go in the game. 4th and 13 coming up for Heritage. And yeah, 50 seconds, man. Merritt Island's going to have to do something. And fast. There are only touchdowns on special teams. Big kick return touchdown to start the second half. But since then, their offense has stayed stagnant as the Heritage defense has stood them up.
If Heritage lines up a punt formation, you can bet that Merritt Island's going to bring the house.
Yep.
Looks like they're going to line up in an offensive set.
4th and 13 for Heritage. They line up in their offense. Split backs with Tenta. 4th down and 13 for Heritage. Man in motion. They're going to toss it. To throw is Omer. Omer lines up to throw. Now he's going to try and take off. And he'll be stuffed as they try to trick play there to get it. Gutsy call by Ainsley, but he's stuffed for a loss.
Well, Trey was told right there, he said, if it's not wide open, don't throw it.
Yep.
Go down inbounds. If it's wide open, let it go. If it's not, just go down inbounds.
1st down, Merritt Island at their own 42 here. Under 50 seconds to go. No timeouts for either team. Heritage leads by 14, 20-6. Big conclusion coming up here, and Merritt Island's got to score fast. They got to take the top off the defense, I would think, on a pass.
Well, you got other things. You got hook and ladder is a good play in this situation. The corners are going to give cushion for a curl. You throw the curl, you throw the hook and ladder underneath of that. So there are some things you can do underneath. It doesn't have to be over the top.
1st down and 10, Merritt
Depends
Island.
on what the secondary does.
At their own 42. Knight and Edwards in the backfield. Man in motion, Woods. Turn, they give to Woods. Double reverse. Throwing across the field to Burke. And he's going to get sacked for a huge loss. As you know what? It's very risky, and it didn't pay off. But I was actually going to note, Merritt Island has 3 or 4 good quarterbacks on their roster. They passed it from one quarterback to another, looked downfield, tossed to another quarterback.
Here's the problem, though. You have Tayshawn Benson backside on that, the second guy they threw back to. He's not going to bite on that. He's a smart football player. He's been playing his whole life.
Here they go, dropping back Knight. Blitz, nearly tripped, throws to the near side, into the dirt, incomplete again. 3rd down and forever for Merritt Island now.
And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that trick play, taking a shot, because there's not a lot of plays that you have in this situation.
7 seconds to go. Most likely the last play of the game. I do like the play call, though. I was going to note how many quarterbacks they have, and they might try and toss it and throw it. It's gutsy, and, besides just heaving it downfield, that might be a good option, but didn't pay off.
You still want Benson on the backside of that. You want to go front side to him and then come backside to a lesser defensive player.
3rd and long, Merritt Island, possibly the last play of the game. Knight drops back, fires near side, has his man underneath. Elijah Edwards inbounds, brought down, and that will do it. We'll wait till it's official.
That's a great win for
And that's
Heritage. Defense played tough all night.
Luke Knight's debut spoiled in Heritage's first win of the season. The Heritage Panthers go to the O-Dome and pick up win number 1 of the season, 20-6 in spectacular fashion. Offensively and defensively, Heritage played far better than I think we've seen all year. And as we say, they get better every week. This was where they need to be.
Yeah, and this is the way they wanted to start the year. They had chemistry on offense. They did what they wanted to do with their option game and their run game up front. And great defensive performance. And like I said at the beginning, and we said throughout the game, Heritage continues to improve every week. And that was a huge win for them here tonight at Merritt Island. Always a tough place to get a win.
And thanks everyone for tuning in. Thanks Coach Rob QUERRY. Thanks to our sponsors tonight one more time, Highland Ag Solutions and Millennium Accounting. For Merritt Island, for the Merritt Island Mustangs, for the Heritage Panthers, for Coach Rob QUERRY, I'm Jackson Robb. Final score for Merritt Island, Heritage 20, Merritt Island 6. Thanks for watching, everybody. Remember to tune in or come by Slow and Low for the Slow and Low post-game show coming up after tonight's games. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great night and make it a sports night.